starting position and knowing what you have to do today?
Yeah, definitely. We have a great starting spot. Our car was, really fast in qualifying, and hopefully we can carry some of the momentum that we had from Daytona over to Atlanta today with this package, right? Like playoff starting, Atlanta's always a wild race. So I think our biggest goal is to hopefully stay up front, but also stay out of trouble and be there at the end.
How difficult is it to pass?
I don't know. I mean, we saw the track so racy in the spring, which was a little bit cooler. I think handling will be a little bit more important today. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little calmer early on, but as it cools off later, I'm sure the intensity will wrap up.
All right, that is Josh Berry, and he starts fourth today.
Thanks a lot there, Wendy Venturini. Josh Berry, he's had a yo-yo season mark. I feel like, and it's cliche to say this, that they have ran better than they finished.
Oh, absolutely, Doug. He's had chances to be up front and win some races, just hasn't worked out. Let's go down to Brad Gilly.
All right, Todd Gilliland is down here. He'll be starting third today. We're going to squeeze you. I know he's trying to get some sponsor photos. Great qualifying effort. Fords are really fast. They're usually fast here at Atlanta. How confident do you feel at the start of this race, Todd?
Yeah, it's just really nice to have a car that has speed in it. And like you said, the Fords have been doing a really good job of that at the super speedways. From there, right, anything can happen, especially here at Atlanta. Your cars have to drive good. So I'm excited about what we've had here in the past, but obviously today's a brand new day. And having speed is definitely number one on the list. Other than that, obviously you have to have some luck on your side and a bunch of other things. Have to execute well on pit road. And I know our team has been building up to being at a spot where we can execute at a race-winning level. So I'm excited about it all.
All right, have fun out there. That's Todd Gilliland, and he will start third today.
Doug, when I look at this race among the playoff drivers, I'm worried a little bit about Martin Truex Jr. Only one top 10 the last 8 races, 7 finishes, 24th or worse. And oh, by the way, only 2 top 10s in the final 11 races a year ago. I'm a little bit worried about that race team coming into the playoffs.
Not trending well and just barely scratched their way in on points. They've been in a free fall for the second half of the regular season. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be about ready for pre-race ceremonies.
What's better than one win?
During the race, of course you are. Purchase a scanner and listen to uncensored audio from every team in the race. Stop by and see them in the vendor area today, or you can learn more at racingelectronics.com. From Atlanta Motor Speedway, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network. Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway, about 90 seconds away from going down trackside for pre-race ceremonies here. Mark, we talked a lot about it in the pre-race, but you've got these teams like Daniel Suarez, Chase Briscoe, Harrison Burton, who just eked in by virtue of one win. But if they come out here today and somehow maybe scavenge a top 10 finish, they don't have to win. Their position and chance of making it at least to the second round greatly improved.
Absolutely. And for those
count it down, guys,
with virtually no playoff,
smash that like button, getting everything set up here.
I think for a team like Harrison Burton, this race is so key. Again, they won at Daytona, a speedway track. Atlanta now is a speedway track.
If you have not checked out before the stream starts, check out the lineup. I have a video dropped on the channel with the lineup of the race today of their starting positions.
Get off to a good start.
I feel like Harrison Burton's the ultimate underdog story in this, 34th in points. But one little ray of sunshine for Harrison Burton and the Wood brothers. When we were here back in February, one of their best runs of the year, he managed an 11th place finish. He does that again today. It looks pretty good for the driver of the 21. Let's go trackside now and get it started here at Atlanta Motors.
Here we go, guys. They're getting it started.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Special Operations Command Joint Service Color Guard presents our nation's colors.
Here we go, guys.
Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome from Go Church in Sharpsburg, Georgia, Pastor J.C. Worley.
Let's pray. Jesus, you are the hope of the world, and we need you now more than we've ever needed you. We pause to pray for the victims of the recent shooting at the high school here in Georgia. Would you give those family members comfort, peace, and your hope? We pray for today's race that you would be with the drivers, the officials, and the crew. Guide them and protect them. And lastly, we say thank you, Jesus, for dying on the cross for our sins. In your name we pray. And everybody said, amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome National Broadway touring actress and Atlanta's own Bella Yantis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hey, this is awesome. Start your engines. Let's go, guys.
That puts a button on our pre-race show today here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Coming up next, it's the start of the Quaker State 400.
Quaker State 400. Getting it set up here, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to get the pre-race stuff set up here. They haven't started it. The live feed here on... As soon as they make that live, I'll change that. We got some cameras coming in. Let's see here. All right, here's the look of the lineup, ladies and gentlemen. I also have above me football and baseball scores. I'll update those every few minutes.
PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
You know, as they say, one.
We're getting it set up, guys. So our goal for the stream today, you can see, is 200 likes. It's big time race day. I think we can do it, guys. Let me see here. I want to minimize that. How is everybody doing this Sunday? Hope you had an amazing week. We're starting a new week. Let's start off with a bang with NASCAR playoffs, guys. All right, get this updated.
Beginning of the journey to the 2024 NASCAR Cup Championship, and 16 playoff drivers will duke it out to make it to the top of the heap over the next 10 weeks. Michael McDowell is off to a great start by grabbing the pole for today's race.
You know, to get our 5th for the year, if we'd have said that in January, we'd have been like, no way, right? So it's been really amazing to see the speed that we brought to these super speedways, and now we got to go out there and win the race.
The fact that this is a day race this year will, according to Brad Keselowski, shake things up a bit.
The nighttime comes out, the cars draft a lot more and do all kinds of things differently. They behave a lot differently. This race being a day race in the heat of the season, I think really sets it up to have a different feel. It's Atlanta. I mean, it's its own animal. It's got its own feel to it, and that's not a bad thing.
The first 3 weeks of the playoffs can be particularly challenging and crucial. Kyle Larson.
Almost every race in the next year could be considered a wild card. You know, there's just always crazy things that seem to happen. So, yeah, you just got to kind of take it week by week and assess what your goals are going forward. But the first round, I think, definitely can present more challenges than other rounds.
Which begs the question, are all the races in the first round wild card
What
races?
do you guys think?
Martin Truex.
Oh, my chat. I'm sorry, guys.
Talking about a road course this day and age with these
Chat's
cars
messing
and
up again.
walking
All right, here we go.
A lot of crashes happen.
Barbara, welcome.
Just like Atlanta.
Welcome to the MVP,
Briscoe,
Barbara.
you never know
Hey,
what's
you
happening
are
there
my
either, so,
first
yeah.
one.
I mean, the favorite
Getting
could get knocked
chat
out in the first
enabled.
round.
Thank you
That's
for
how
that.
they
I
do.
appreciate the
That's what they
membership
want.
there.
Daniel Suarez
Let's go,
saved
guys.
Atlanta by a frog
Rock
here
out.
last time around. No small
Freezing cold here. Truex. Awesome. Let's go, guys. You excited for today?
It was a little bit tricky. Luckily, obviously, things work out for us. Honestly, to me, Atlanta is something like a chess match. You know, you just have to be very strategic in your moves.
Add to that, things happen fast on this track. Chase Briscoe.
When you do have a little bit of gap and separation, it feels like you're going twice as fast as Daytona or Talladega.
The 2024 playoffs begin today with a Quaker State 400 available at
Quaker
Walmart.
State
And every
400.
nail-biting lap is right here on PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Who's excited for today?
To replicate what we did last year, but I think this field of 38 will give it their best. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. Thanks so much for tuning in today to the Performance Racing Network here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Looking forward to the Quaker State 400. Let's go ahead and get it started.
And now, race fans, here to say the most.
There it is, guys, the famous word.
Please welcome your 2000 Cup Series champion, NASCAR Hall of Famer, and 6-time NASCAR Cup Series winner here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, Bobby Labonte.
Bobby.
Drivers, start your
engines. Let's go.
Let's crank them up.
Crank them up, guys.
Now, the starting lineup presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza.
Starting 38th, Denny Hamlin in the Mavis Tire Toyota.
There's Denny.
37th is J.J. Yaley, the U.S. Aviation Academy Chevrolet. 36 belongs to B.J. McLeod, the Delgado Stone Chevrolet. 35th starter, John Hunter Nemechek in the Olipop Ridge Rush Toyota. 34th, Zane Smith in the Ambetter Health Chevrolet. The 33rd starter is Eric Jones, the Dollar Tree Toyota. 32nd belongs to Carson Hosevar, Delaware Life Chevrolet. Starting 31st, Cody Ware, the Mighty Firebreaker Ford.
Then 30th on the grid in the Quaker State Chevrolet, it's Daniel Suarez to his inside. Starting 29th, it is going to be Justin Haley, the Grady Health System Ford. The Acceptance Insurance Chevrolet of Shane Van Gisbergen is 28th. 27th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the Kroger Oscar Mayer Thomas's Chevrolet. The Ream Toyota of Christopher Bell, 26th. 25th, Corey LaJoy, he's in the Gamebridge Chevrolet. 24th, Bubba Wallace, the Leidos Toyota. Then it's the Jordan brand Toyota for his teammate Tyler Reddick going off 23rd. Moving up to row 11 on the outside, starting 22nd, Martin Truex Jr., the Auto Owners Insurance Toyota, and then the Haas Tooling.com Ford of Brian Priest is 21st.
In row 10, starting 20th, Ty Gibbs in the He Gets Us Toyota. 19th belongs to Brad Keselowski, the King's Hawaiian Ford. Ross Chastain rolls out 18th in the Worldwide Express Chevrolet. It's 17th for Chris Buescher in the Fastenal Ford. Chase Elliott starts 16th in the Napa Children's Chevrolet. 15th belongs to Kyle Busch, the Global Industrial Chevrolet. 14th starter is Daniel Hemrick in the Circle Chevrolet. 13th to Noah Gregson.
Any Hemrick fans in chat, guys?
Ford. 12th belongs to Harrison Burton, the Dex Imaging Ford. The 11th starter, Alex Bowman in the Ally Chevrolet.
Now the top 10 for the Quaker State 400 outside of row number 5 in the Mahindra Compact.
We're doing all good. Went to church. I did too as well.
William Byron, the Relay
Awesome,
Pavement
guys.
Chevrolet. The Brestree Chevrolet of Austin Dillon goes off 8th. 7th, Joey Logano, the Auto Trader Ford. Starting 6th, it's Kyle Larson, the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. To his inside, Austin Cindric, 5th on the grid.
Jimmy Johnson, how's it going, my friend?
Moving up to row number 2 on the outside, Josh Berry, the Decisely Insurance Ford. And starting 3rd, Todd Gilliland in the Sitgard Ford. Now the front row on the outside, the Dent Wizard Ford for Ryan Blaney. And on the pole, Michael McDowell. It's his 5th career pole position. All have come this season, and for the second time, he is the number 1 qualifier here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Blaster Work It Like a Pro Ford. His speed,
work it, baby. Let's go.
79.267 miles per hour.
That's the starting lineup here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Quaker State 400. Available.
That's good, my friend. Available at Walmart.
Presented by Hunt Brothers Pizza. At Hunt Brothers Pizza, we love racing and we love pizza. Visit huntbrotherspizza.com to find your next pizza.
Crisis to care. This life-saving
Who's excited?
Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Engines have been fired, and the teams are making their early pace laps here for the Quaker State 400. From Atlanta, this is PR in the Performance Racing Network.
We could try to...
Well, they're burning us out on commercial day. They're going to get all those commercials in for sure. Set up that. Watkins Glen's coming up next week, guys. Don't forget that stream is live and it's going to be here next week as well, guys.
Time now for us to survey our pit reporters for the Pfizer Pit Road picks of the day. Let's start off with Brett McMillan.
All right, I'm going to go with a guy who just missed here in the spring. He's been red hot lately. He wants a win to keep his 20.
Blue Jays fan, welcome to the chat, my friend.
I got Kyle Busch in victory lane.
All right, up next.
19 is going to drive like a madman.
Interesting pick because that is exactly Brett McMillan, who I was going with originally. But I am going to go with another guy. These Fords, they're
What about Kyle Larson? How's he going to do today, Sean?
Playoff driver. They have a lot to gain by getting a victory. First race of the playoff race. Ryan Blaney.
All right, our Pfizer picks have two past champions. Where are you going, Brad Gilly?
I'll tell you what, we've already got a Chevy. We've got a Ford in there. How about a Toyota? How about
Toyota
from the back? Denny Hamlin gets the win today.
Wow, starting from 38.
Oh, wow.
Wouldn't be an upset.
Going all out on Denny.
But Toyota 0 for 14. The last 14 races at Atlanta.
Jimmy, welcome to the KimbroNator family.
Here and do one more whip around of this massive 1.5-mile racetrack. Doug Turnbull.
And massive when you think about the amount of speed and carnage that
Go fans, Vols, and Jays.
Compared to the other super speedways. And that's what's going to make it so interesting as they curl around turns 1 and 2, 28 degrees of banking and onto the back
Let's try a
straightaway.
different browser.
I'm looking at in front of me where I'm perched in turn 2, full of campers here in beautiful Henry County, Hampton, Georgia weather. Pat Patterson.
Dennis, welcome here.
Oh, 86 degrees out here right now. It is.
I've got you covered here, Dennis. Perfect place to come pick it up.
Bright green walls, we talked about that down here on my end of the racetrack, and certainly a very, very fast corner here, 3 and 4 all afternoon long. Interesting tidbit about these cars. Yesterday, the Xfinity Series cars, they don't mind sliding a little bit. When the tires start wearing out, those cars are made to slide on this racetrack.
It is a beautiful day, Lloyd. You're right.
Start sliding, they get very edgy, and you can overcorrect very easily, especially in a big pack of cars. We're not hoping for any of that today, but we'll see if some of that happens down on my end of the racetrack.
Not hoping for it, but it's probably a near certainty. We will see some wrecks today because, again, they're racing so close, so hard on this racetrack that, again, was reconfigured in 2022, and the racing has just been outstanding. The winner since we have gone to this kind of super speedway hybrid at Atlanta, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, William Byron again, and, of course, we talked about back in February, Daniel Suarez.
So this is race number 6 on this layout here for Atlanta Motor Speedway. I feel like that we should start counting history from 3 years ago because it is so drastically different from the old layout. Let's check in now with Brett McMillan.
Christopher Bell has been an ace in the playoffs the last couple of years, and he may have a secret weapon back on the box today. His crew chief, Adam Stevens, is back on pit road on the box for the first time since he blew out both knees during the Olympic break. It happened when he was
I remember that.
the sun and flips on the swim pool diving board. He went down hard.
You know that had to hurt.
Gave out. Adam Stevens is here. He's got braces on both knees, but he made his way to the top of the box, and he is ready to call a race.
Swimming pool diving boards and church
Those
league
don't mix.
softball, the great destroyers of adult knees. By the way, our first stage today is brought to you by eBay Motors. Bring home the cup with eBay Guaranteed Fit, brakes, headlights, and all the parts to fit your vehicle the first time, every time. eBay Motors, ebaymotors.com. Eligible items.
eBay Motors.
Exclusions do apply.
Right now, they're moving down pit road, setting their tachometers for the pit road speed. Again, under green, sections 1 and 2 at the entrance of turn 3 and midway through 3 and 4, the speed limit 90 miles per hour. Then they have to slow down to 45. Under yellow, it is 45 all the way around. The pace car, though, will run 55. And that pace car driver today, as always, Jesse Dolivut with NASCAR. Our starter is Greg Harris. The purse for today's Quaker State 400, $7.8 million.
We have not mentioned it today, but it is the most unique way that they come onto pit road here. They actually start slowing down on the backstretch, and they have to dive down to the bottom of the racetrack and then ride around the apron all the way till they get to the pit road entrance, because if you came in the usual way, you're carrying so much speed and it's so abrupt, it would be really dangerous.
Doug, back in the day, it was hard enough to get onto pit road. Now you put super speedway speeds where they're running 175, 180, and then you try to get down to 45 miles per hour, almost almost impossible. So
I bet.
NASCAR
Let's go.
and the folks here at Atlanta Motor Speedway went with that new entry. It worked very well the last race and certainly helped these drivers quite a bit. Again, 38 drivers are getting set to go at it in this race. We've got 16 Chevrolets, 8 Toyotas, 14 Fords in the lineup. 16 of the 38
messing up
drivers
here.
are playoff contenders and have a lot on the line this afternoon.
And 3 of the Joe Gibbs Toyotas will start in the back. Denny Hamlin qualified back there. He was the slowest, and they had to make adjustments to that car, so he is starting 38. Ty Gibbs and also Martin Truex Jr., they decided, okay, if this plug wire thing is contagious, if we've got a bad batch of plug wires, we're going to change ours too. That's an unapproved adjustment. So Ty Gibbs and Martin Truex Jr. have to start in the back also.
Fireworks now being fired off here at Atlanta Motor Speedway from turn 1 all the way around to turn number 4. And I believe that is not the last of the fireworks that we're going to see this afternoon.
All of them.
I don't think so either, guys. What do you think?
Main sponsor here today, Quaker State. By the way, congratulations to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bennett Trucking and Transportation and Logistics signed on and will sponsor the Xfinity race here in February of next year. The Bennett folks have already.
I think I got it all situated now.
Yeah. Austin Hill.
It's looking better, guys.
Series race, the Focused Health 250.
Let's go, chat.
Onto the Bennett logo.
Let's go, baby.
Donuts, then takes pictures, and we're left.
Get those likes in. We're 25, almost before the race even starts.
He certainly milked that for all it was worth, and congratulations to Austin Hill, Bennett, and all the folks at RCR.
Nice local Georgia.
Yeah, we got the car cams right here, Barbara.
Next year in February at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We may have to wait for the smoke to clear here from the fireworks and pyrotechnics that went off. But Pat Patterson, the lights off on that Chevy Pace car. Looks like we're
lights are off, guys. They're about to start it.
Here's how the top 10 will start. Outside row 5, Chase Briscoe, William Byron alongside. Row number 4,
and it looks like we got a green light.
They're together. In row
Green
3
flag.
is Kyle Larson and Austin Cindric. In row 2, Josh Berry and Todd Gilliland. The front row, it's Ryan Blaney.
Radio broadcast is just a touch behind. They are live.
A lot of history and past. Many championships have been settled. Today, the playoffs begin at Atlanta.
Let's go. Boogity, boogity, boogie, guys. McDowell is leading the race, guys.
And we're underway here at Atlanta Motor
Hear him hammering down on it.
McDowell with the early advantage. Blaney trying to rally back on the outside.
And choosing to keep the inside line, which did not advance in yesterday's race, but McDowell is making it work with that push.
Race day, Donovan. Let's go, baby. Race lap 1. Heading into lap 2.
McDowell pulls the train down the backstretch here as they enter turn number 3. Side by side.
94.
Almost 3 wide in the back. Here comes McDowell. Hammer down on the Ford.
Let's go racing, boys, is right.
McDowell will lead lap number 1. Right there with him is Blaney. Behind Blaney, Josh Berry, Kyle Larson have lined up to the outside of Todd Gilliland.
Third place starter Todd Gilliland starting to fall back on the inside line. He leads it now as McDowell, his teammate up front, is leading the outside line. Ryan Blaney right.
You got 6 cautions on the day.
On the top line, it is McDowell.
You got 6. Awesome. Let's see it. I'm gonna let's do a poll.
Alongside Austin Cindric, those cars trying to hang on to the bottom of the racetrack. Up front, though, once again, Michael McDowell leads the parade.
That bottom line too loose to really generate a push to the front. It's McDowell, Blaney. Next in line, it is going to be Josh Berry, followed by Kyle Larson.
Josh Berry with a Georgia sponsor on a Decisely Insurance, a purple number 4 third. Ford, he's at third.
Boogity, boogity, boogie, guys.
Kyle Larson there.
That's right, Jimmy.
Larson right there.
They're racing down. They're screaming 180 mile an hour down the back straight there.
Separate first and second. Everybody working in a single.
I think Ricky wins.
All the way back to the guy who's running.
Ricky Bobby.
That's the 24 car. William Byron coming on.
William Byron is a lonesome soldier down on the bottom of the racetrack. Now he fits himself into the high line, gave up the ghost on the bottom. Everybody single file back to turn number 1.
And Kyle Larson in 4th place lurches in that position right to the rear bumper. To the left rear
that's right, guys. 3s. Kenneth's right in chat. 3s in chat for Dale. Lap 3 for Dale. We just passed lap 3, but hit 3s in chat for Dale Sr.
Here's Michael McDowell. Lets the car drift up just a little bit off 4.
7 of the top 10 blue oval Fords being pulled around by Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, and that purple machine right in their tire tracks there is going to be Josh Berry.
But Kyle Larson in his Chevrolet goes to his inside, battling for third. He's going to try to gouge that position away. He gets it. Now he's to the left rear quarter panel of Blaney in second.
Larson makes it look easy, picks up another spot, move him up to third. Everybody once again single file.
There we go, Sean.
Down to the 20th car. Reminiscent of yesterday. Everybody's trying to get a feel.
Need to document that Denny Hamlin started last. He is still running in the 38th position. Doug, it appears he has made no attempt at all to make his way forward.
Denny's taking his time.
Stay back there and to stay out of trouble. He's betting that there will be some eruption in front of him. He doesn't want to be a part of it. Over to Brad Gilly.
Well, Doug, I think you were inside the head of crew chief Chris Gabehart. That's exactly what he told Denny Hamlin before the green flag dropped. He said, look, we don't have to do anything here on the first laps. In fact, I expect a lot to happen in the opening laps of this race. Just stay back. We'll tell you when to go ahead and race and work your way up through the front safely. They're just simply not there yet. His radio fairly quiet between Hamlin and spotter Chris Lambert.
Right now, the only car on the bottom of the racetrack is Noah Gregson. He's trying to pull a number of cars up there through the pack with him. I believe Ty Gibbs is down on the bottom. Justin Haley.
Doing great yourself, man. How are you doing, genius?
They're continuing to lose ground if they're running on the bottom of the racetrack.
Martin Truex has been the big mover here.
Larson's moved into third.
Because they changed the plug wires. That was an unapproved adjustment, but he's picked up a dozen spots. Ty Gibbs, his teammate, has already rocketed back up to 8 spots. The leaders are back in 1.
And they are now pulling
Touchdown.
on the bottom line. The leaders are Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Josh Berry here on lap number 7 in single file.
Keep it moving, guys. We're at 33 likes. Drop those likes on the stream, guys.
Right in the mix here up front as they work into turns 3 and 4. Todd Gilliland out there. Chase Briscoe as well. Single file, the top 12, 15 cars.
Pat, it's a 15-car breakaway up front. Could be about to be 16. Here's
60 in this stage, guys. There's 60 laps in this stage.
They're in turn 1 right now as the leaders are in turn 2. The cars that you just mentioned trying to get in line. 2-wide battle here for the 6th spot. Austin Dillon around Chase Briscoe.
Well, not so quick. Briscoe now will hold serve at the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to get some help, perhaps from Todd Gilliland. No, Gilliland slides back upstairs. Joey Logano right there with him as they work their way through the corner 2x2.
Austin Dillon on the top side of the track digging hard in that number 3 machine. Planted to his inside is Briscoe, and also getting in the mix here, Todd Gilliland. That's a nice battle for 6.
They objected to being called single file. Here they are. 2-wide battle, 6th spot to the inside. Chase Briscoe outside Austin Dillon, and then Todd Gilliland and Joey Logano behind him. 4 car lengths separate the top 3 from the 4th car of Josh Berry. Then it's another couple car lengths back to Chase Briscoe, Austin Dillon, Joey Logano. 2-way battle there on the racetrack in the middle with Todd Gilliland as well.
They have just told Denny Hamlin time to boogie. He is starting to make his way now from the back of the field. He's passed a couple of cars. Meanwhile, leaders back in turn 1.
Hamlin was there in 4, but in turn 1, it's Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, Kyle
Looks
Larson.
a little bit better there on the best lap.
2 wide for about 10th. It's William Byron's going under the ailing car of Todd Gilliland.
William Byron, a guy that knows this racetrack oh so well for what times we've been here in this configuration, getting the feel for his race car.
Who's going to win, guys, this stage? McDowell is still leading.
At the bottom of the racetrack.
William Byron.
Think McDowell's going to take it?
Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now Burton says, okay, I'm just going to get in line here. And as he gets in line, diving underneath him is going to be Alex Bowman as they fight for 12.
Yeah, the second purple car in the field, Alex Bowman.
How long have I watched NASCAR? I was watching some when I was a kid, so 30 years, but closely, I've never watched it closely and followed it like I have here this year, till this year.
Those cars getting very racy. Here comes Byron on the bottom to try to get another spot and move up.
He draws alongside the machine of Todd Gilliland. Can't make the pass. They are still door-to-door, heading for turn 1.
Mark at lap 10 when Williams Byron car came to life, as now he's going to get back single file behind him. His teammate Alex Bowman's going to take him 2 wide for about that 10th spot. They almost make contact exiting turn 2.
Bubba's got the best Toyota.
Bowman, the showman. We'll see how well he works his number 48.
Yeah, 39 likes. They're smashing it out, Lloyd. Let's go, baby.
They work up now to some 2-wide battles in front of them. Once again, William Byron, the man on the move.
Watching 2-wide racing here, back for about the 7th spot right now. It's Austin Dillon down on the inside, but he'll get bypassed there by Austin Cindric and Joey Logano. They just blow around him.
And so does William Byron there.
19.
By the way, one of the top 5 drivers in points to all the Atlanta Motor Speedway races here as he gets back in line in front of Dillon.
Top 4 cars now going into turn 3. Michael McDowell out in front of the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Then there's the 5 Chevy of Kyle Larson there. there. Stalking and Josh Berry hanging on into that front four.
Gilliland now driving to the inside of the Austin Dillon machine. This is a fight for eighth behind them. Ross Chastain pushing hard on the back bumper of Alex Bowman.
Indeed, he's coming from mid-pack to do it too. Ross Chastain, that blue number 1 Ford, not in the playoffs. Another two-wide battle in front of them. Austin Cindric still around. William Byron.
Byron will get right to the rear fender of Cindric. Couldn't get anything done this time. Underneath them goes Todd Gilliland. He'll get alongside Austin Dillon. That's the two-car battle up front now coming off turn 4.
Austin Cindric trying to make some moves up toward the front of the pack here. He is inside the top 10. He is trailing Joey Logano. They're trying to bypass William Byron right now. We've completed 15 of 60, our top 3. Michael McDowell.
15 of 60, guys.
Blaney and Kyle Larson.
All right, they're on a break, guys. So if you're new here, KimbroNator here, bringing you play-by-play coverage radio from NASCAR, MRN Network. So be sure, drop those likes on the stream. That's the best way to support the stream. It boosts it with the YouTube algorithm. We get more and more people in here. Those likes are big for a lot of YouTubers, so be sure to drop that like. They're free, guys. Don't cost you anything. Hey, it's a great day. Thank you guys so much for coming in here today, and look forward for the race. We still have McDowell leading, Blaney's in second, and Larson is in third. I'm going to stay here with you. I'm going to try to mute a lot of the radio commercials so you don't have to hear that. What a race, guys. It's exciting. It's playoffs. Atlanta Motor Speedway, great track. Last time we were here, there's a photo finish. Is that going to happen today? Let's see, guys. Let's see. So I'm excited. I have football scores I'll keep updating periodically with baseball scores. So that's what's above me.
Insurance playbook too confusing? Well,
oh, I thought there was a guy coming back on. So we'll keep all that up to date. So a one-stop shop, you guys can watch this on USA, but you can come here and hang out, interact with other NASCAR fans here right with us.
Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, and Chase Briscoe will have a full field rundown when we return. This is PRN.
PRN. All righty, guys, knocking those likes out. 47, baby. There was a photo finish on stage 1 yesterday of the X Infinity, so we could have some stage photo finishes too today. All righty, guys. 20 of 60. Stage 1 of 3, guys. 20 of 60. You see it up here in the top above me here. Make sure you guys can see all that. Oh, that one's a little bit off. I'm going to fix that. There we go. Top 10. Banana, just one race today.
Let's give you a top 20 rundown here. Action starting to pick up near the front. Michael McDowell is the race leader. Blaney rides.
Thank you, Lloyd. I appreciate that.
Kyle Larson is fourth. Fifth to Joey Logano.
It was a great day for college football. A lot of upsets.
Eighth, ninth goes to William Byron, and it's Todd Gilliland in 10th.
11th, it's going to be Austin Dillon. Harrison Burton 10th. Now falling through the field. Austin Dillon's lost some spots, so Burton's now 10th. 11th, Gilliland. Chase Elliott 12th. 13th is Austin Dillon. Daniel Hemrick 14th. 15th, Chase Briscoe. 16th, Bubba Wallace. Martin Truex Jr. 17th. 18th, Ty Gibbs. 19th, Brad Keselowski. And Tyler Reddick is 20th. And that leaderboard update brought to you by eBay Motors. Bring home
eBay Motors.
Guaranteed fit. Brakes, headlights, all the parts to fit your vehicle the first time, every time. eBay Motors, ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only.
All right, just updated the baseball and NFL scores.
In this race for 22 laps.
I am glad you're here, Genius Math.
Action's picking up for third, fourth, and fifth.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to run 22 laps. They seem like they're getting ready to run the last lap of a stage or something. Really mixing it up front. Look at Kyle Larson on the move right now.
He's to the outside of Josh Berry there, nose to nose. door to door for that third spot, and Austin Cindric closing in from the outside.
With Joey Logano part of that down.
McDowell is still leading, guys. He is out in front.
Barry and have been side by side for several laps. Michael McDowell doing a good job of riding with the windshield out. Well, looking out the windshield, but also watching the back behind him. Right now, it's a two-way battle for that third spot. Larson on the outside, Josh Berry on the bottom. Here's the way they race all four.
Coming back to the line, once again, the leader of the entire race, Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, and I'll tell you what, Josh Berry and Kyle Larson have been glued together now for several laps.
And that means that
they're just drafting it.
That's Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric right behind.
Logano, any Logano fans in chat?
The guy that's probably passed the most cars so far, at least it looked like it to me, it's William Byron. He's done a great job right now, holding on in about that 7th or 8th spot, trying to get another one away from Cindric on the bottom of the racetrack.
Alex Bowman digging hard on the bottom of the racetrack. He has now moved into the 5th position, diving under Logano, just ahead of Austin Cindric, who now
McDowell is good.
Teammate Logano.
It's a pair of purple cars on the bottom line as Josh Berry now fades to the high line, chops off the nose of Larson.
Absolutely.
The third is the Hendrick Motorsports teammates of Larson and Bowman are too wide. It's McDowell, then it's Blaney, then you've got Josh Berry side by side, the Hendrick teammates battle for that 5th spot. Joey Logano side by side with his teammate off turn 4.
Back to the line once again. The burnt orange machine of Michael McDowell continues to lead. We've got a great battle now here for 4th. It is Alex Bowman and teammate Kyle Larson.
In lap 26, it's more like 26 to go the way they're racing as Alex Bowman's now diving under Larson and under Josh Berry for the 3rd spot. Alex Bowman coming to life in the Allies Chevy. Interesting, all this action from 3rd on back has not intimidated.
55 likes, you got it.
To make a move for the front, but I got a feeling what to get ready to
keep them coming in, baby.
Move to the front. Here comes Blaney taking a look on the lead.
And also here is the car of Austin Cindric. He swings around Bowman.
That is a good point. Kimbro Bella, I just saw it. My chat's been messing up again. Kimbro Bella, send Kimbro out of here.
Under Austin Cindric as McDowell still leads. And guys, we've got great racing just like at the front all the way through this field right now. We got guys trying to make positions. Up front though, McDowell midway through 3 and 4. Controls the front, Blaney right behind him, Larson right there, then it's Cindric.
Stopping by the booth here to chat with us, a guy that's been repping for Quaker State all weekend long here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, America's crew chief Larry McReynolds. Larry, always a pleasure to have you drop in. Are you surprised at what we're seeing here in the early going?
You know, Doug, I am, because I was a little more, I won't say concerned, but I really wanted to see how the Fords were going to race. They came down here. Obviously, we had a bunch of them that qualified inside.
Oh, yeah, a change coming up.
This mile-and-a-half racetrack between downforce and low drag. Right now, we
have leadership change.
The Chevrolets of Bowman and Larson, they're up there. I tell you who's on the move, though, is that one car of Ross Chastain and that Chevrolet.
How about Blaney, guys? Carson McDowell's dropped down to 3rd.
To the top 10, battle for the lead. Ryan Blaney has just gone around Michael McDowell with Kyle Larson under McDowell now for 2nd. All that energy coming after Blaney. He couldn't resist anymore. Had to make a move. He got it done.
He was playing roadblocks or something earlier.
Up, shuts the door on the charge from McDowell. Opens up the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Kyle Larson. He'll go to the bumper of the leader.
McDowell led the opening 29 laps. For the first time in his career, he's led over 200 in a single season. Leaders back in turn
McDowell.
Larson shot out of a cannon. He was right behind Ryan Blaney.
He did shoot out of a cannon. Let's go, Lloyd. At 12, baby.
Chevy versus Ford midway down the backstretch. Nose, they're tailed exactly the same as they work into the corner. It's Austin Cindric that comes to the rescue of Blaney, shoves him into the corner. Blaney back to the front, move Larson back to 3rd.
That highlighter yellow machine of Austin Cindric goes in.
Austin Cindric, guys.
Following the tire tracks of fellow Ford driver Ryan.
McDowell's slowly dropping back.
Position is safe as it's now Penske teammates Blaney, Cindric top 2. Kyle Larson is 3rd. 2-wide battle for 4th. McDowell on the outside, Logano on the inside. Logano's going to take it. And right behind them is Alex Bowman. He's still in the mix here with William Byron. Right behind him, it's Logano that's going to lose out on this battle going into the corner. It's Bowman up to the top side in that bright purple car trying to hold on to that 5th spot.
So, Larry, early on in this race, anything jump out?
Yeah, a lot like what we saw in Xfinity Series race yesterday. Speaking of jumping out, if you jump out of line, if you don't do it at the right time, you're going to go backwards.
That was a great race yesterday too, guys. Not a whole lot of cautions either.
that speed is lost all the way down that next straightaway. It's huge. But now I'm anxious to watch McDowell in the 34 car as he's under fire right now for fourth. His car, low drag, qualified on the pole. It was good out front, but now he's back in traffic.
Makes all the difference, doesn't it?
It really does.
All right, we have completed now 32 laps out of 60 in the first stage. Ryan
34.
Blaney is your race leader.
Ryan Blaney, guys. How about that? How about Blaney? Any Blaney fans in chat? Let me know. Ryan Blaney. A little over halfway on this stage. Toyota, let's go places, guys. Current order while they're at a commercial break. I'll keep you updated here. So, Blaney, Larson, Cindric, Byron, and Bowman. McDowell's dropped down to 7th. Even USA's on a somewhat of a non-stop commercial break.
Race is over to do a victory lap.
A victory lap.
All about how you celebrate. NASCAR fans, start your engines by visiting visitlasvegas.com. Once again, check out visitlasvegas.com. Ryan Blaney still hangs on to the lead.
Ryan Blaney, guys.
Larson, Cindric, William Byron, and Alex Bowman. From Atlanta, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Performance Racing Network, guys. See here. We have a special guest now. So, what do you think about CW doing NASCAR Xfinity Series next season? I mean, it's always, up for change. I think they can do a good job. So, we'll see. Maybe they can add some enthusiasm, pull in some new subscribers. I get CW, so I still think it's a good prime network to be on. That's not bleeding through. Good.
Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, 38 laps down in the Quaker.
Hey, we got a little KimbroNator here, guys.
Go in stage one. Let's get some updates from pit road. First up, Wendy Venturini.
Thanks on my end of pit road. Joey Logano currently running 5th. Feels like he's tight, especially into turn 3. But when he compresses his race car, it gets a little bit loose on him. He complained he needs overall grip for Joey Logano. As for Harrison Burton, one of my playoff drivers on my end of pit road, he started 12th, has only moved up to 11th. And for Harrison right now, no grip overall for him. Brad Gilly.
A couple of Hendrick teammates on my end of pit road. They're wanting to be aggressive and wanting to stay out front. That would be both Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman. All the chatter on their radio coming from spotters Kevin Hamlin, as well as Tyler Mond for Kyle Larson. Now for some other drivers, Martin Truex Jr., he's complaining to James Small. His car is just simply not handling well all the way around. For Kyle Busch,
Danny's currently in 34th. Any Denny Hamlin fans?
Turn number 2, Brett McMillan.
He started in dead last.
Has dropped out of the lead and gotten dirty air. He says that the car has gotten loose on him. William Byron said the car is just a little bit loose for him. And then we got Christopher Bell saying that the car is low on grip. He really needs to tighten it up.
Michael McDowell, who led the first 29 laps, is faded. He goes all the way back to 8th now. Larry McReynolds,
down
you were guessing a moment ago that maybe in 10 laps or so, action's going to pick up at the front.
Well, right now, I look at the top 5. They're all playoff drivers. And then you go back there, Chase Elliott, he's back in 9th. These are all playoff drivers. And remember, at the end of this stage, they're going to award those stage points. And if you can win it, that's that playoff point that stays with you all the way through the playoffs as long as you're alive. And if you don't think every point is important, Ask Kyle Larson about that regular season championship losing by 1 point.
Speaking of Larson, he just
Melissa, Denny Hamlin.
Leader Ryan Blaney. Blaney throws
They're
the
predicting, some people are predicting he could win it.
And Bowman for
Even though he's starting the
They were
last.
listening to Larry Mack. Game time. Kyle Larson goes to the inside, cuts to the outside. He's going to get too wide with Ryan Blaney, but Blaney's going to have the advantage off of two. Larson fighting back.
Blaney, too late, can't stop the five. The five's coming on the outside. He's going to get to his bumper, get to the door, I should say. Now they'll just stay side by side.
Watermelon Man moved up into fourth.
Here's Blaney. They're trying to
Oh, where did he go? He dropped down.
Back here to the start-finish line on the
Lost him.
inside. Blaney by about a foot. Larson rallies back to the outside. Behind them, it's going to be Austin Cindric and Alex Bowman side by side.
Still 17 to go on the stage.
They're battling back and forth. Bowman and Chastain are going back and forth. The fourth and fifth.
And here's Austin Cindric.
Austin Cindric came to the rescue last time with a big shot.
John Rawlings at 5 points is on.
And that's going to shoot him out 2 car lengths in front of Larson. Larson now is going to have to go side by side with Cindric.
Bowman trying to catch up to his teammate Larson to give him a push to his inside. Ross Chastain. Chastain on the move. Also to the inside, right behind Chastain, Chase Elliott.
The Hendrick cars plus Chastain Stadium come to life for the long run as they're all in the top 10 there. Up front, Ryan Blaney controlling both lines as he powers out of
Blaney.
Midway down the backstretch here in Atlanta. It's a side-by-side battle for the 2nd spot, the 3rd spot, the 4th spot, the 5th spot.
Blaney's still out in front. Can Blaney hold it here?
We've only had 2 leaders so far. Ryan Blaney for 16 laps, and for 29 it was Michael McDowell. Blaney will lead yet another one, but the battle rages right behind him.
It's Austin Cindric down low.
Where did McDowell drop to? I lost him on the board here.
Speedway. They're battling hard.
McDowell's down to 11th. He had such a strong finish yesterday, starting first. He's fell way off, guys.
Side by side with him. That's the battle for the 4th spot, 5th spot, I should say. Up front, no change. Ryan Blaney up there.
Again, documenting Denny Hamlin. Looks like he's going to ride out stage number 1. Started 38th, now running 34th. Leaders back in turn 1.
And that leader is Ryan Blaney, a line by himself. There has been one of the best cars since they moved this to a super speedway track. 2 wide behind him. Larson up high. Austin Cindric down low. Ross Chastain fighting with Alex.
So we got this camera, this camera, this camera here.
2nd spot right now.
So this is the TV coverage here.
And Austin Cindric right behind them. Ross Chastain side by side with Alex Bowman.
Let's give you a peek at the leaderboard here, brought to you by Ream. Ryan Blaney leads at Austin Cindric 2nd. Larson is 3rd. Alex Bowman 4th. Chastain has moved up to 5th. Chase Elliott is 6th. Logano 7th. William Byron 8th. Briscoe rides 9th, and 10th to Harrison Burton.
11th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then it's Ty Gibbs. 13th is the pole sitter McDowell. Truex has moved up 22 spots. Martin currently running in 14th. 15th, Daniel Hemrick. Then it's Todd Gilliland, Josh Berry, Justin Haley, Kyle Busch, and last February's winner, Daniel.
Look at those laps for Briscoe.
Austin Dillon is 22nd. 23rd is Christopher Bell. Corey LaJoy.
He is. He's moving up.
Bubba Wallace rides 25th. Brad Keselowski.
He's in 5th now. He's right there.
27th. Noah
He dropped down to 6th, though. He's still there.
Now they switched it over. Bubba Wallace.
Can Watermelon Man take it?
Zane Smith, 29th. Carson Hocevar, 30th.
31st, John Hunter Nemechek. Then Eric Jones, 32nd. SVG, 33rd. 34th is Hamlin.
SVG, guys.
Cody Ware, 36th. Ryan Priest, 37th. J.J. Yeley riding last in 38th.
All cars on the lead lap. That
Saints beating the Panthers 40-10. Really? Wow.
Contractor near you. Ream, provider of a new degree of comfort and proud sponsor of Christopher Bell and the number 20 Toyota.
11 laps left in stage number 1. Leaders firing down the back straightaway.
Hey, and it's the same up front with Ryan Blaney holding the lead. Austin Cindric in that 2nd spot. Then you got the Hendrick team trying to get teamed up to perhaps go up here and challenge for the lead. That's Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman.
Larry,
right, updating the NFL scores now.
Chastain, he was
They're
riding
up to
about
date.
10th. Now he's inside the top 6.
They're scrolling above us here.
Yeah, Chase Elliott had just methodically worked his way forward, and now here we are with 10 to go in this stage. And then, as I mentioned earlier, and I don't think this is by coincidence, right now when I look inside the top 10, all are playoff drivers with the exception of Ross Chastain in 5th and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 9th.
Best running Toyota at the moment.
9 laps in this stage. 9 laps, guys.
Way up to 11th.
Here they are coming down to the stripe now. 9 laps left in stage number 1. Chastain.
Blaney, Cindric, Larson, Bowman, Elliott.
As they fight for this 6th position.
And to the outside of Chastain now.
I want Denny too. I want to see Denny win.
They're on the back straightaway as the leaders are single file ahead.
Yeah, meanwhile up front, a little bit of separation now in that fifth spot on back. You've got Kyle Larson still trying to find a way to get up to the front. He's got Alex Bowman helping him and Chase Elliott coming to the rescue as well.
The front five have been able to sneak away just a bit. It's Blaney, Cindric, Larson, Bowman, Chase Elliott up to the fifth spot.
Elliott in a different paint scheme design. The Children's Healthcare of Atlanta scheme, kind of a white car, is up front. Ryan Blaney leads. Austin Cindric trying to get clean air as he swirls that car around with Larson behind him too.
Blaney only a half a car length out in front of his teammate Austin Cindric. Then it's Kyle Larson. It's William Byron. Behind him, Chase Elliott. Those cars now in a single file line at the bottom of the racetrack.
Here is Blaney out of turn 4. He edged up the racetrack just a bit. Cindric looked to the inside, but he plays the wingman. He stays right there with his teammate glued to his back bumper in turn number 1.
With Larson, the spoiler in that top 3 there, Larson's going to choose the middle lane, then dive down low to get a different kind of exit as the Penske teammates, Blaney and Cindric, locked up front.
Bowman can't quite get to the bumper of the 5 car to give him the shove he needs to try to make a play here, but Larson says, I don't need him, I'll try to do it myself. He goes to the outside of Cindric. He's coming up to the front.
Can Larson take him? 6 laps to go.
Still Blaney. Can Larson make that high line work and get around?
And looks like we have a caution.
Then lost his steam, tucks back in line 3rd. Austin Cindric.
Oh!
The first 2-wide battle of the top 10.
Was that Larson? It was Larson slammed into the wall. I don't think he hit anybody.
He's locked on to the back of Elliott. And
did he have a flat? It looked bad. Larson hit the wall hard, guys.
Roaring off the top of the racetrack in turn 4. He swings around Chase Elliott. Now we'll try to chase down Joey Logano with 5 laps to go in stage number 1.
And the confrontation up front getting tighter as Kyle Larson nails the wall. Trouble in turn 2. It looks like the right front tire went down. They're playing.
Yeah, his right front tire went. And
Chase Briscoe, another playoff contender.
It looks like good. Larson is standing out. He's standing by the car, but he hit that wall hard, guys.
Chase Briscoe, as he spun in front of the field, saw this
See it up there?
go down and slammed his back. Both playoff contenders in the front and the back of the playoffs are now.
And we have our first caution, guys.
That looks like maybe a tire going down, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Oh, Larson was moving up. He was right there too.
Anticipate any tire issues. This is the same tire combination.
Yeah, look at that. That's his view from it watching.
The guy that came in seated number 1, so this is going to be a big hit for that 5 car. And I get.
Could you imagine that? See the fire come out of it too.
I think so. I don't think they're going to get reset here. And Mark,
I got KB or Blaney with 6 cautions, Lloyd.
That was a major impact.
Yeah.
First in the front, then Briscoe going by, rips off
What's that?
almost the entire back body of the number 5 car for Kyle
What's
Larson.
that?
What's up? How many?
You could tell Larson went in the corner. All of a sudden, it went to the right, hit
Total
hard
laps
into
is
that
right here.
saber barrier.
260. 56 is how many they've done. In this, they have stages. They break them up in stages. There's only 4 left in this stage.
Looking at that replay, that's a right front tire. There is no question. That thing just went dead right.
Yeah, that was a hard right-hand turn.
Larson had a blowout on his right front.
Touched the brake when he hit Kyle Larson on that secondary crash there. He's still maintaining full speed.
Man, that is a tough break for Kyle Larson, but he had 40 playoff points. Chase Briscoe did not have that kind of cushion coming into this race.
But going back to media day on Wednesday for these 16 playoff drivers, I spoke with every one of them.
I'm afraid of it
and
messing
every
something
one
up
of them
here.
used 2 common words. Unknowns about this round.
Yeah, on the replay they're showing on the TV, I mean, he's on that turn, and when that tire went, I mean, he just turned right into the wall and almost nosedives into the wall. Just full force.
Effectively right now here as we have completed 57 laps, narrowed it down to 14 drivers battling to advance in the playoffs.
Well, I don't think we've ever had
Hate that for Larson.
this tight.
Man, he had a fast car today, too.
All the way back to Martin Truex Jr., who was 16th, separated by 14 points. I said it this morning. That's going to change dramatically by the end of stage 1, and it certainly looks like it will.
Yeah, it already has changed.
So we got Blaney, Cindric, Bowman, Logano, Stenhouse. Junior is top 5.
He can afford a mulligan much more than
full speed in the wall.
If you're Kyle
on the
Larson,
banking
you don't want
turn.
to give up those 40 playoff points just like that in race number 1.
Absolutely not. And again, to the point, the fact that next week a road course at Watkins Glen.
That could have been really bad for him, but I mean, he was out of the car before they even got to him. He was standing beside his car, so he appears to be okay. I'm sure that was a good hit, though. Man.
To make a little bit of a run into this, because get lucky here, get a top 10 finish. If you're Harrison Burton and you can get out of here with a top 10 finish, you have.
Yeah, if you think about it, they're 56. They were 56 laps in when that happened.
It is, Doug. I really believe it may not be a driver and a team that wins races or that.
Well, they were talking in pre-race that sometimes these temperatures and stuff can wear the tires out faster.
Because we know
I'm not sure how long they can get out of a tire. Where's Busch at right now? Let me see.
Already opened up, Mark, with a couple of playoff contenders on the sideline.
Man, what a change of events in just a blink of an eye. And again, this is so much, again, in
269, we're getting there. The more of those likes, guys, the more likes we do, the more people get in here to boost it up for us. So keep those likes coming in.
You can't win the championship here at Atlanta in race number 1. But
where is Kyle Busch? Let me see if I can find him here.
Maybe I'm all wrong.
Kyle's in 15th.
Crash. I don't know that.
Yeah, see him. He's in 15th. Well, it says he's in 15th here.
Speedway and the right front tire
I think this one's wrong.
If you lose a right front tire in the middle of the corner at Martinsville, it's going to be the same result. It's going to go straight to the wall.
Let me refresh this guy here.
Out of it here early on today. Right front tire went down, and then Chase Briscoe comes along. He gets collected in the aftermath. Both of those cars are out.
I'm getting two different answers in here. I think this browser is wrong. It says he's in 15th.
It stays with you all the way.
On one side. On another side, it shows he's in 18th. We'll figure out here shortly on where Kyle's at. 8's and 18. Yeah, it's so weird, but on like the Edge browser, it shows he's in 5th. Okay, it just changed. Edge is behind, so different browsers do it differently.
Larson's car, it's beat up on both
But yeah,
ends.
he's in 18th. He was in 15th. I'm not sure if different metrics or something on these browsers.
eBay's guaranteed fit, brakes, headlights, and all the parts your vehicle needs the first time, every time. eBay Motors, eBayMotors.
That's right. Stage isn't even over, and there's a caution already. It's crazy how that happens.
Racing guy, you got a question?
Yeah, I do. You got a great resource.
Larry McReynolds, B, he got loose. He blew out his front tire and caused him to hit the wall. And when he hit the wall, Chase Briscoe hit him from behind and wrecked Chase out. So those are only two affected in this wreck, is Briscoe and Larson.
Down there after seeing a right front tire blow on a guy like Larson's car.
Well, I think the big thing is
He's pretty good from the back.
Hendrick drivers and teams and crew chiefs, you're wanting to know what was the air pressure in the right front. But this happened too deep into a run. If you have a failure because of too much camber or too low air pressure, it's not going to go 50-something laps. I get a feeling he ran over something, or it could have just been a right front suspension.
He may be on something, Lloyd. He may have ran over something. They're saying
inflicted by low air pressure or aggressive camber setting too deep into the run.
I tell you what, every time you look at the replay, it feels like the impact gets even harder because that car jerked right, and I mean straight in there, and pancaked the right side of that car. And then as he bounced off the outside safer barrier, heading back down the racetrack, Chase Briscoe full on the gas, trying to get by to the inside, rips into the back of Larson's car, and of course that's knocked both of those cars out of the event.
When the field comes around,
I think that may knock him out of it now, since he wrecked out, unfortunately.
Yellow flag. So top 10 for stage one. The winner, picking up that playoff point that we've talked about, was Ryan Blaney. Austin Citrick.
Blaney is a stage winner, guys.
Fourth, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fifth, sixth to Chastain. Chase Elliott was seventh, eighth, William Byron.
Yeah, I've got all this around me is in Google Chrome browser. But if I run a bunch of them, it kind of freezes on some of the camera footage. So I run Edge for just the regular NASCAR so I can scroll and move stuff around. Oh, sorry about that commercial there, guys. I don't think Carson can make it now. It depends on their points and all that. I think I'm not an expert on it, so If you guys know in chat want to answer correctly for B on that question there. There may be a chance. I'm not sure. I'm still learning all the ropes on the playoffs in NASCAR. I'm not an expert in it. I don't claim to be. So, yeah. So on the stage 1 of 2, completed 60 laps. So we're fixing to start stage 2. Let me Google that. I'll find that out here. Let's see. We can find out some more details on the playoff. So eight rounds. Blah, blah. Well, is this last year's? So it's a points thing, but I think it. Yeah. I'm betting he'll not make it on points. Larson will have to win in one of the next 2 races. Larson is still in the hunt for the championship, even after a bad race. It doesn't knock him out. Okay, good. Hey, thank you for that, Lloyd and John. He wins one of the next 2 races. He automatically advances. Awesome. Hey, there you go, B. We got some experts in here. We're going to get you the right answer. He still got 2 more races. Good to know, guys. Thank y'all for that. You think Chase Elliott will win? It's a possibility. Anything's possible.
Speedway getting a look at these 2 wrecked machines. The front end of Chase Briscoe's Mahindra tractor sport completely used up. And I don't know how you describe Kyle Larson's car, the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, front and back. And everything's dented but the roof area on that car.
Well, there's no telling how fast he was running.
That's him there. He's walking. He's kind of got a smile on his face.
And, of course, 2 playoff drivers, Larson and
Looks like the TV broadcast is fixing to interview Larson.
Points and only 1 or 2 regular season points.
By the way, since they reconfigured this track in 2022, I think Larson would kind of like, maybe I'll take this weekend off when he sees it on the schedule next time. 5 DNFs in 6 races at Atlanta now for Kyle Larson.
He couldn't have been real excited to see it was the first race in the playoffs this year. Yeah, but he's resolved. I mean, he does have that cushion of playoff points coming in here, but you hate to use up that many this early on.
Well, he's used his mulligan up before the end of stage 1 in race number 1 of round 1. So
he's falling down. That other car is trying to get around him.
Watkins Glen, he's won there. And
you hear an echo on my stream still?
So right now, Kyle Larson out of this. Chase Briscoe is also
Here, I'll fix that.
They're still cleaning up over there inside of turn 2. Doug Turnbull, I know you.
It's coming out of the speaker over here. Sorry about that, guys. I will correct it. Thank you for letting me know that you do hear that.
One interesting development in the cleanup is not going to affect the racing itself, but they towed both Kyle Larson and Chase Briscoe's cars to an access road.
Is that better,
the
Kenneth?
Back way to the garage. Briscoe's they took on the regular pull-behind wrecker. Larson's, they had to drop it off, and the fans were sitting there watching because it is just yard sailed on both ends of it. Now they're trying to load it up on a flatbed, too. So
who do I think will win?
At one moment was a gleaming, shining piece of machinery at the front of the field.
Larson was one I was thinking was going to win. Larson's been pretty fast.
Now for Wendy Venturini.
Joey Logano will be one of the first cars on my end of pit road. He was building tight, but he said, if you make it any freer in the back, I'm going to get worse. So we are expecting just an air.
I'm rooting for Denny Hamlin to win. That's who I'd like to see win, B. Wow, 5 of 6.
He was too
crazy stats.
No adjustments for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Brett Gilly.
Alex Bowman says his car got a little bit tighter as the run went on. It's going to be a 4-tire change. They'll pack him with Sunoco. He was told to wait on fuel. He can
pack him with that Sunoco fuel, baby.
Martin Truex Jr. says his car has a little bit too much push. 4 tires for him. 4 tires from Sunoco for Chase Elliott as well. Brett McMillan. Brian Blaney wanted to be tighter. They gave him a 4-tire change. Held him here to make sure the car was full of fuel. Also, when one
Michael McDowell, he was here. He wanted to be tightened up. He said the car got some adjustments.
Hamlin for the win. Let's go, guys.
He's gone.
The race off of pit road with a 2-tire stop. Alex Bowman first off the pit lane, followed by Austin Cindric, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Blaney. Then it was Logano,
Billy, and because it picked Bush,
Elliott, and Martin Truex Jr.
Progressive.
All righty, guys, we're here. Stage 1 complete. We're at 73 likes on this stream so far, guys. Hit that like on the stream if you have not already. Let's try to get it up to 100 before the end of this next stage. Which, your help, we can do that. Then we got it 200 is our goal for the stream. Matt, I'm just glad Bubba didn't get in. Felicia, 11. You're rooting for 11, Alicia? Felicia, I'm sorry. That's who I'm rooting for. Danny Hamlin all the way. Do you listen to his podcast, Felicia?
We'll need a battery this year. Don't wait until it's too late to replace yours.
1 in 4 vehicles. Your cousin's going
and stop by
that is awesome.
Are
they going to take you, Troy? 19.
Need a quick update.
Martin Truex Jr.
Went with 4 tires on that pit stop, including Alex Bowman. His team busted off a great.
It does. That will hurt him.
Off the pit lane first.
I
When
think
we
so.
come back, the beginning of stage number 2 in the Quaker State 400. You're listening to PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
I'm gonna get some point I'm gonna get a splitter for sound so we can put on 2 headsets in the future. That make it easier? Yeah, because I do that, it creates an echo that they hear. Yeah, maybe they'll bring the Larson and Briscoe on the radio broadcast. The TV's interviewing them both in the pit. What? No, this muted. There's a commercial on.
Done. It's done.
No, it's not. Larson, Hamlin, Blaney, Truex are monsters in consistency. Somehow yeah, they are. I think Cindric could easily win here today. Toyota will not win unless all other cars wreck. Anything's possible on any given Sunday. All right, we've had a minute on scores. Let's update the scores here. He's getting into it a little bit.
Identification. This is.
He likes cars. He likes going fast.
Yeah.
You? When I'm driving, sometimes he'll tell me to go faster, don't you? Yeah, he's a little speed demon over here.
Motor Speedway, Doug Rice and Mark Yarrow up here in the booth, joined briefly by Larry McReynolds out in the turns today. It's Doug Turnbull, Pat Patterson, Pit Road, of course, Wendy Venturini, Brad Gilly, and Brett McMillan. Let's give you a Cheddar's leaderboard here. Alex Bowman is the new race leader. Austin Cindric is second. Stenhouse is third. Blaney rides fourth. Logano fifth. Sixth to William Byron. Chastain is seventh. Ty Gibbs is eighth. Chase Elliott ninth. And Martin Truex Jr. is 10th.
Harrison Burton 11th. 12th is Josh Berry. Kyle Busch is 13th. 14th is Todd Gilliland. Daniel
Stage 2 or 3 is 100 laps.
Reddick, Haley 17th. Michael McDowell, the pole sitter, now down to 18th. 19th, Noah Gregson. Rounding out the top 20, Christopher Bell.
Daniel Hemrick 21st, 22nd. Carson Hocevar. Shane Van Gisbergen 23rd, 24th. Denny Hamlin. Zane Smith 25th. John Hunter Nemechek is 26th, 27th. Eric Jones. LaJoy rides 28th. Keselowski 29th. And Ryan Preece is 30th.
31st is going to be Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace 32nd, J.J. Yeley 33rd, 34th B.J. McLeod, 35th Chris Busher.
That's
Cody
right.
Ware.
Come on, Elliott. You can win. You can do it.
Out of the race after that big crash in turn 1. Kyle Larson will get credit for 37th.
Any moment they'll be able to start back up here shortly, guys.
Messed up here because about a half dozen cars decided to come on pit road and top their tanks. That's the Cheddar's leaderboard update brought to you by Cheddar Scratch Kitchen, your place for American classics like slow smoked baby back
I just
ribs.
updated the NFL scores above me here.
Chicken at prices that make you
And
smile.
Major League Baseball is up to date now.
7 or 8 that decided to come in here and top.
Yeah, most notably, I saw Brad Keselowski and Christopher Bell. They were drivers that were at the back of the pack. And again, anything you can do to keep fuel in that car and keep it full, that's going to shorten the next pit stop. This is a longer stage. This is 100 laps. We're going to go back racing with 93 to go. You're going to have to make at least one pit stop in this stage for fuel. Fuel window's about 70 laps, but I don't see them splitting stages if we stay caution free. You do not want to make a green flag stop here with as long as pit road is starting over in turn 3.
Just amazes me nowadays how early we start talking about fuel in these races. It's crazy.
From the drop of the when they say driver start your engine.
Yeah. Can you save me a little bit on the starting of the engines?
All right, guys. They're under the green.
Shortly. We're about to start stage number 2 in the Quaker State 400 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Bowman is in the lead. Cindric, Stenhouse, Blaney, Logano. Logano fans in chat, stand up. Let's go, Logano.
They are hooked up as they pull away from the rest of the pack there. Alex Bowman had led only 14
Burton cooking
laps this season.
I don't know.
At the front as the Penske teammates surge around him. Cindric in the lead, followed by Blaney.
Cindric picks off the lead with a nice push.
I'm trying my best for you, TJ. Try to keep you guys up to date with everything happening today. There's a lot going on.
In the mix, side by side with Joey Logano. But up front, it is Austin Cindric with the lead, all 4.
Cindric is going to get challenged for that lead as they come back to the line. He's down low, coming hard to his outside.
Side by side, guys.
Bowman, can he make the pass in 1?
And Cindric tried to block him coming out of turn 4, went back low to pick up his teammate Blaney. Now Alex Bowman surges to the outside, pulls even with Cindric, but Cindric is pulling the bottom line even with Bowman.
Side by side for first, for second, for third. They're all side by side.
They're going back and forth.
Bottom of the racetrack is Austin Cindric. He's holding.
Man, they're close
Bowman
too.
To the outside. Here comes Bowman with a run off the hill.
He gets a big run off the top of the racetrack.
Let's go, TJ. You're right. One-stop shop.
New leader here at Atlanta, but Cindric fights back. They're nose to nose now in turn 1.
With a big shove from Ryan Blaney.
That sound good deal.
Car. He gathers it up, keeps the lead, gets away from Blaney, and is even with Bowman.
Might be all that Alex Bowman needs to maybe advance down here on this end of the racetrack, but that forward power brings Cindric back to the bottom of the racetrack and a half a car out in front of Bowman. Bowman now ties it up again. Here they come, door to door, all 4.
Racing like the last lap, 10 rows deep, side by side. Cindric and Bowman, and now Blaney is going to give Cindric a shove into 1.
For the second lap in a row, Cindric gets that big shove, has to hold on to it there with all that energy. He slides up to the top lane.
12 of 100.
Then Cindric goes back low to pick up Blaney.
11. It says 11, but we're right at 12.
But he can't throw the
100 lap in the stage 2.
Blaney now takes a look underneath. Blaney might want to lead this thing. He's side by side with Bowman, but Cindric holds on up front.
As they come down to the stripe again, Bowman on the outside, working hard just ahead of the man inside him, Ryan Blaney.
And Ryan Blaney there gets a push from William Byron there as he tries to pull up to the rear end of Austin Cindric. Cindric's going to hold that spot. Blaney's going to tuck in line behind him and move to the top line in front of Bowman.
Now let's see if the 2 Fords can separate themselves just a little bit from those Chevys. Joey Logano on the move. Big move as he goes down.
Where's 11? Let's see.
Trying to work his way into the top 5.
Shows Hamlin's in 14th, guys. He's in 14th.
Showing up. He's been the ambassador for Quaker State this weekend here at Atlanta.
Is this not updating?
Of course, you can
Let me
hear him
refresh
on
this again.
XM and see him on Fox Television. Larry, thanks for adding your expertise. I don't know how you feel. I feel like this is some of the most entertaining racing we see anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we're 72 laps into this 400-mile race, and right now the top 26
I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong thing.
by basically 2 seconds.
Danny's not in 14th.
I don't know how you could want any more than that.
They were popping something up on the screen here. here. Let me
They
see.
came to play
Let me
today.
refresh
I mean, you
this.
look at the fact they've got 3 inside the top 5, and Harrison Burton in that 21 car. I still say it. He's playing with house money. He's sitting there in 11th right now.
And he finished 11th.
Shows Deanie's in last still.
This could be a springboard.
Just refresh this again. Nope. Okay,
You
it's
guys talk about it. He just
32nd. Deanie Hamlin's in 32nd.
car, so Burton definitely on the move.
I spoke with him on Wednesday. Spoke with
But
his
not for
crew
long,
chief,
though,
Eric
guys. He'll
Rollins.
move up.
They definitely had this race circled. Whether they made the playoffs or not, they knew this is where they could make some noise.
Larry, thanks for dropping by. I always appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Safe drive back up to Charlotte. The leaders are back down into 1, led by Austin Cindric.
Blaney, Bowman, Stenhouse, Byron.
Cindric, Blaney, Bowman, and Stenhouse. And it's 2 wide for 5th. Byron up high. Joey Logano down low, followed by Ty Gibbs and Ross Chastain.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs, Ross Chastain. You got Chase Elliott back there in the mix.
Trackhouse.
Michael McDowell and his teammate as they work.
6 lead changes. 5 different leaders. We've had 1 caution.
Single file, the top 7 cars.
86 laps to go here in Stage 2. Stage 2 brought to you by Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. And great prices. Come back again soon. The whole PRN gang took over one in Nashville a few weeks ago and had a great time. Mark Garrow, we're seeing a lot of energy now in single file racing. Austin Cindric got out front.
Yep, they're in single.
And of course,
They're just, there's a long stage here, 100 laps in this stage.
Powers around Joey Logano, and now as they work their way out of turn number 4, it is Cindric, Blaney, Bowman, now side by side, inside, Stenhouse, Byron, and Chastain. They're duking it out for the 5th spot.
And Stenhouse is slipping back on some old shoes. In fact, Daniel Suarez is into the top 10. Goes around Stenhouse for 7th as William Byron ahead of him gets around Ross Chastain. They're trailing 3rd place, Alex Bowman.
No, Ken, no more cautions.
Then it's Blaney, then it's Bowman.
It's going to happen, though.
Byron, then is Ross Chastain. Byron now will go to work on his teammate to the outside. He'd like that 3rd spot. Can he make a mover off of turn number 4?
That's a battle for the 3rd spot right now, side by side. Bowman down low, working to his outside. William Byron right in the tire tracks of Byron. It's going to be Ross Chastain.
A bunch of boats.
Chastain, Watermelon Man.
Behind the 2 Fords of Cindric and Blaney.
He's in 5. Watermelon. Watermelon Man.
Byron up high.
Ross Chastain's going to get in the middle of this teammate battle. He'll give a little shove to Willie B. Now drops down to the bottom of the racetrack, and that's where
Let's go.
Daniel
You say
Suarez
boogity, boogity, boogity.
trying to work his way into the
You
top
can't.
5.
That's a tongue tie.
Name to think about, Justin Haley. Haley goes by Burton. Todd Gilliland now lines up on the back bumper of Joey Logano.
A win. He does.
And Kyle Busch right in front of him is just in front of that. It's 3 wide. Harrison Burton on the middle. Down low, Chase Elliott. Stenhouse, rather, gets around the Daniel Suarez cars. They're all wadded up there in the back of the top 10.
And mix up a little Kyle Busch into this as well. He's trying to fight his way up with his Chevy now midway through 3 and 4. It's Blaney again off 4.
Kyle Busch has been a popular pick coming into this race. I mean, he finished within less than a half a second of winning it back in the spring. A good one to pick. Cindric continues to lead.
He does, and he's fading up to the middle lane.
Here we go.
Blaney's going to go with him. William Byron's
Blaney's right there. He's right on him.
But Bowman slams the door.
Side by side battles a little further back here, the 5th and 6th spot.
Turn your feet this way, don't you?
Keeps challenging on the bottom of the racetrack. Can't quite make things work. Chase Elliott rides right behind him now off turn 4.
Let's go to the care center. I believe Brad Gilly is caught up with Chase Briscoe.
Here we go. Here's
Briscoe's
Chase.
Out of the infield care center. First, Chase, are you okay? And second, can you tell us what happened on the track?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, we were running, 10th or 12th area, and I guess the 5 car got really loose and went head on into the fence. And I saw him coming down the track and was obviously trying to slow down, and I was trying to get farther left because I knew he was going to slide down the track, and at the last minute he kind of slid down farther than I was anticipating. So I tried to turn back right, and I KO'd him. So yeah, big hit for me, big hit for him, and just unfortunately.
God, look at Suarez.
NASCAR, though, you can be on top of the mountain.
How about Daniel Suarez? Look at what place he's in. He's moved all the way to 7th.
And try to get a win.
All right, good luck to you next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, there is Chase Briscoe out of the care center, but obviously distraught here after a bad finish at Atlanta with the playoffs opener.
Chase Briscoe was the darling of Darlington, but today not so much, as Briscoe will leave here finishing 38th out of 38 cars. Brandon Hutchison drops by the booth. He is the Executive Vice President, General Manager of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Brandon, I'll say the obvious. Beautiful.
Hey, Jay, thank you for the sub, man. Welcome to the KimbroNator family.
I tell you what, Doug, the quickest thing
Out of the park day. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're having an amazing day.
Phenomenal, and what's playing out in front of us right now is just more of what we expected.
And you guys had the pleasure of announcing a sponsorship for your February Xfinity race, too.
The Bennett Transportation and Logistics 250 will be here next February. We can't wait for next year. We've got.
Are you getting it? Hey, are you getting into NASCAR because you want to get a job in the stock car world?
The place to be, man.
No, that is not the
What
case.
do the fans tell you about the racetrack now? I mean, the crowds are getting bigger and bigger, so I guess that's the way you vote, right? If more fans show up because they like what they see. But what's the feedback you've been getting about this track? Because I keep telling people you don't see anything like this on any other 1.5-mile track.
I'm so humbled. The two words I hear the most is thank you. The fans have spoken loud and clear. As you see, the crowds are getting bigger. The racing is phenomenal. We try to make sure
bringing you guys the best entertainment way to watch this.
Well, I think
Live
you do
timing,
that in spades. This place is beautiful. It's a
interactive
great layout.
with you
And it
guys in
puts
chat.
on what I feel like is absolutely
Basically
one of the
building
best
an
shows in any
experience
form
that's
of
better than watching it on
Well,
TV,
thank you
guys.
so much for saying that. We hope that it will continue for the next 176 laps.
I don't
the
cover
Quaker State 400 available
why
at
it works.
Walmart
Cover
is a weekend not
football,
to forget.
baseball,
Listeners gotta come and see
basketball.
I plan
We
on
do a
coming
lot
back
here
even
on
though
this
I won't be
channel.
working. How's that?
Your family, Doug. Come back anytime.
All right. Thanks a lot, Brandon Hutchison. He's Executive VP General Manager here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Mark, Austin Cindric's been out front by himself now for about 4 laps. We saw a 4-car length lead. That's the biggest lead I think we've seen the entire race today.
And Doug, he's the
All right,
first
do
guy
that.
that's
All right.
been able to control both lanes. He's out front all by himself. Behind him,
could you give me some more
9.
water?
Now make it 10 lanes of 2x2
Just
as
water in
Cindric
there.
will lead them down
Ice
across
and
the
water.
line. We're about to complete lap 1. Laps 74, 26 of stage 2. That leaves 74 to go. And again, Cindric is the one guy that has proven to have enough muscle to go up and down the racetrack and control those 2 lines.
86 laps in the book, top 5. Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Ross Chastain.
Scott Bowman.
Did you know
Scott Bowman? Welcome, Scott.
This year? Don't wait
How
till
you doing,
it's
Scott?
to do something about it. Test your
Thank you for the
battery
sub.
regularly. And if you need a replacement,
Scott Bowman, I think is on here.
high performance batteries for every make and model.
And I'm not talking about on the stream. I'm actually talking about live at the race. His name is Alex Bowman, and he is currently in. Let's see if I can find him. He's in number 2. He's in second place right now on the board. The number 48 car. Maybe you're late, Scott. Well, thank you for that, White Works. I appreciate you stopping in here. Of 100 laps on stage 2 of 3. Was
5th different leader in the Quaker State 400. He's led 21 laps. So far, the laps led leader, Ryan Blaney, with 33. The pole sitter, Michael McDowell, with 29. You're listening to PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Cindric's Bowman, Blaney, Byron, and what? It looks like Bowman dropped to Bowman and Blaney are going back and forth. Byron and Chastain are fighting it out in 4th and 5th. Collins, hello, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Guys, keep dropping those likes on the stream. That's the best way to support this stream. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps boost the stream up, guys. Guys, am I sounding okay? How's the audio sound? Let me see what happened to the audio feed there. It's to go live.
Working to his outside, William Byron, right in the tire tracks of Byron. It's going to be Ross Chastain.
A bunch of bow ties. They're tangled up behind the two Fords.
Scratchy.
Leading this race here on lap 77. They're pulling away. It's too wide for third. The Hendrick teammates, Bowman down low, Byron up high.
Ross Chastain's going to get in the middle of this teammate battle. He'll give a little shove to Willie B. Now drops down to the bottom of the racetrack, and that's where you'll find Ricky Stenhouse. Daniel Suarez on the move, trying to work his way into the top 5.
Here's a new name to think about, Justin Haley. Haley goes by Burton. Todd Gilliland now lines up on the back bumper of Joey Logano as they head to turn 1.
And Kyle Busch right in front of him is just in front of that. It's 3 wide. Harrison Burton on the middle. Down low, Chase Elliott. Stenhouse, rather, gets around the Daniel Suarez cars. They're all wadded up there in the back of the top 10.
And mix up a little Kyle Busch into this as well. He's trying to fight his way up with his Chevy now midway through 3 and 4. It's Blaney again off 4.
Kyle Busch has been a popular pick coming into this race. I mean, he finished within less than a half a second of winning it back in the spring. A good one to pick. Cindric continues to lead.
He does, and he's fading up to the middle lane. Blaney's going to go with him. William Byron's going to go to the high lane and try to work to the outside of his teammate Alex Bowman. But Bowman slams the door.
Side-by-side battles a little further back here, the 5th and 6th spot. Ricky Stenhouse keeps challenging on the bottom of the racetrack. Can't quite make things work. Chase Elliott rides right behind him now off turn 4.
Let's go to the Care Center. I believe Brad Gilly is caught up with Chase Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe's out of the infield care center. First, Chase, are you okay? And second, can you tell us what happened on the track?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, we were running, 10th or 12th area, and I guess the 5 car got really loose and went head on into the fence. And I saw him coming down the track and was obviously trying to slow down, and I was trying to get farther left because I knew he was going to slide down the track, and at the last minute he kind of slid down farther than I was anticipating. So I tried to turn back right, and I KO'd him. So yeah, big hit for me, big hit for him, and just an unfortunate way to end our day. That's NASCAR, though. You can be on top of the mountain one day and you can be at the bottom of the mountain the next. So just got to go on to Watkins Glen or Bristol and try to get a win.
All right, good luck to you next week at Watkins Glen.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, there is Chase Briscoe out of the care center, but obviously distraught here after a bad finish at Atlanta with the playoffs opener.
Chase Briscoe was the darling of Darlington, but today not so much, as Briscoe will leave here finishing 38th out of 38 cars. Brandon Hutchinson drops by the booth. He is the Executive Vice President, General Manager of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Brandon, I'll say the obvious. Beautiful weather, really nice crowd, compelling racing.
All right.
Don't know you can ask for a lot more.
I tell you what,
I got it back.
Quaker State 400 available at Walmart race weekend has been phenomenal, and what's playing out in front of us right now is just more of what we expected.
And you guys had the pleasure of announcing a sponsorship for your February Xfinity race, too.
The Bennett Transportation and Logistics 250 will be here next February. We can't wait for next year. We've got racing in February. We've got night racing in June. We're going to be the place to be, man.
Brandon, what do the fans tell you about the racetrack now? I mean, the crowds are getting bigger and bigger, so I guess that's the way you vote, right? If more fans show up because they like what they see. But what's the feedback you've been getting about this track? Because I keep telling people you don't see anything like this on any other 1.5-mile track.
I'm so humbled. The 2 words I hear the most is thank you. The fans have spoken loud and clear. As you see, the crowds are getting bigger. The racing is phenomenal. We try to make sure we're entertaining NASCAR fans as good as anybody on the circuit.
Well, I think you
Is
do
it
that
voice
in
now?
spades. This place is
There we go.
beautiful. It's a great layout, and it puts on what I feel like is absolutely one of the best.
Hopefully it doesn't cut back out.
Form of racing.
Well, thank you so much for saying that. We hope that it will continue for the next 170.
Plugged in a different cable, so let's see if this does it.
Walmart is a weekend not to forget. Listeners got to come and see us.
I plan on coming back even though I won't be working. How's that?
Your family, Doug. Come back anytime.
All right.
40 of 100 laps done.
Executive VP General Manager here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Mark, Austin Cindric's been out front by himself now for about 4 laps. We saw a 4-car length lead. That's the biggest lead I think we've seen the entire race today.
And Doug, he's the first guy that's been able to control both lanes. He's out front all by himself. Behind him, 9. Now
James Turner.
lanes of 2 by 2 as
You missed it. Larson wrecked out.
We're about to complete lap 1. Laps 74, 26 of stage 2. That leaves 74 to go. And again, Cindric is
he had a blowout.
Has proven to have enough muscle to go up and down the racetrack and control those 2 lines.
86 laps in the book, top 5. Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Ross Chastain.
Napa!
Napa. Guys, thank you so much for knocking this stream out of the park. Keep those subs coming in. Keep the likes coming in. All the help on that. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. It boosts this channel so we get it out to more and more people, guys. Bringing you NASCAR. We have baseball and football coverage as well. Looks like this changed on me. Let me hit refresh on that, see if it moves it down. Let's keep those likes coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Refreshing, trying to keep you the best experience here for NASCAR. There it is. Set setting. There was an ad kicked in on that earlier and messed it up.
Cindric, the fifth different leader in the Quaker State 400. He's led 21 laps. So far, the laps led leader, Ryan Blaney, with 33. The pole sitter, Michael McDowell, with 29. You're listening to PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm looking here.
All right, I'm on my headset now. This mic, I have a Yeti mic, and it's messing up. So, is this sound any better? Or not as cutting out on you? I've got two cables. I have to buy another cable. Yeah, I've got it turned down a little bit there. So, does this come in any better for you guys?
Way he's comfortable. He is out front by himself. Everyone else pretty much.
Welcome, Charles. Welcome to the channel.
By side. The top 30 cars are within 2 seconds of each other. That tells you how competitive this race is today. Cindric is the leader. Alex Bowman is second. Third, Ryan Blaney. William Byron fourth.
Oh, yeah, I changed
Stenhouse Jr.
to
sixth.
microphone on my
seventh,
headset now.
Chase Elliott eighth. Kyle
I got to
Busch
look
ninth,
at my
and 10th to Logano.
11th
Yeti
right
mic.
now, it is going to be Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland 12th, 13th Martin Truex Jr., Gibbs is 14th, Bubba Wallace 15th, and it's Harrison Burton, Redditt, Gregson, Jones, and Keselowski to round out the top 20.
And 21st, it's going to be Christopher Bell, 22nd, Daniel Hemrick, Carson Hocevar, 23rd, Chris Buescher, 24th, 25th to Michael McDowell, John Hunter Nemechek is 26th, LaJoy, 27th, Shane Van Gisbergen, 28th, 29th, Austin Dillon, Zane Smith is 30th.
31st, Ryan Preece, Josh Berry in the 32nd spot. Denny Hamlin still hasn't made a big move. He is 33rd after starting 38th. Cody Ware, 34th, 35th is B.J. McLeod, J.J. Daly, 36th. And if you just joined us, Kyle Larson lost a right front tire, smashed the wall. Chase Briscoe hit him as he bounced off the safer barrier. They're the only two cars out. Larson will get credit for 37th, Briscoe for 38th.
The other 36 cars are still all on the lead lap. That full field rundown brought to you by RaceDayNFT.com. Are you a true racing fan? Do you like adding those die-cast cars and race weekend hats to your collection? Then race on over to RaceDayNFT.com and sign up for free and get the
Major. Welcome back, man.
Right to your
How are
door.
you doing this
and
Sunday?
Everybody seems to be content to ride around. Brad Gilly, is there a reason for that maybe?
There is, Doug. It's called saving fuel. You know, they could go the first 60-lap stage on one tank of Sunoco fuel. Everyone did that. They all topped off. Some of them came back down, as you guys had reported, right before we went back to green. But right now, every driver out there who is not leading the race like
they're on that Sunoco fuel. fuel, the best fuel out there, guys. Can you smell the Sunoco? 108 likes, 107 it shows. But
they want to spend as little time as possible, but they're not going to be able to make this 100 lap stage fuel all the way on one tank. They will have to come down.
So that's a look at the fuel strategy brought to you by Sunoco. From fueling your favorite NASCAR teams to filling up at the pump, Sunoco is trusted to help vehicles perform at their peak. Sunoco, performance is what we do.
Got a little three-wide action here along the front stretch. It's Stenhouse, Suarez in the middle, and down on the inside, Justin Haley.
How about that, Justin Haley?
How about Justin Haley?
Forward to the bottom. Suarez, three wide middle, is going to lose the position, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is up high as Haley powers around him and down the backstretch.
Going to be three wide again here if Kyle Busch decides to go to the bottom of the racetrack. He thinks better of it. Drops in behind Suarez. Up in front of him, is Haley in the 51 down low on the racetrack. Still side-by-side action, all four.
Haley thought about making it three wide going.
They're showing on TV coverage there is debris on the track. Yeah, we do have a caution. Did somebody glance the wall? I didn't see it on camera.
That's about the fifth position there in turn one. And turn two, Austin Cindric driving right in the middle of the two lines, leaving the pack.
Down the backstretch, here we go again. Daniel Suarez, the guy that's going to look to make it three wide again. Really tricky entrance.
We're under our second caution of the day, guys.
Slides up the racetrack, makes a little extra room, and now it gets tight again.
Suarez riding back there in the ninth spot right now, trying to make a run to the front. He is to the inside of Haley. Chase Elliott trying to get in that mix.
And they're three wide. Chase Elliott up high. Kyle Busch in the middle. Down low, the blue and white Martin Truex Jr. machine, as it's going to be several cars trying to get to the bottom line behind him.
I guess somebody wants to save some fuel. Somebody wants to just get racy. There's a bunch of them doing it right now as they enter turn three. Once again, Cindric out in front.
Cutting in and out again.
On the top side of that second position with Ryan Blaney right below him.
Truex, who's been in a bit of a rut, making things happen early on as he now trails the Suarez Stenhouse machines. That time by, it looks like Truex was running seventh.
Easily the fastest running Toyota as Truex pulled right to the rear bumper of Suarez in turn four. That had to back off so he didn't hit him there. He'll settle down up in front of them. Too wide for second. Blaney down low, Bowman up high.
Ross Chastain is kind of mixing it up here in the very front. He sits back there in that fifth spot, if you will, bottom of the racetrack. Behind him, Suarez, Stenhouse, and Martin Truex Jr.
Chastain's been camped out around fifth or sixth for the majority of this race today. Right now, he is battling for the fourth spot. To his outside, it's going to be William Byron.
And Byron there just stalking right behind his Hendrick teammate of Alex Bowman, who's too wide for the second position. Behind Byron, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with Daniel Suarez down low having a great run.
Down the backstretch, they run right beside right beside Haley is Kyle Busch. Right behind Kyle Busch is the 22 of Joey Logano. Chase Elliott up in front of those two. Stenhouse holding on in that eighth spot.
102 laps complete. That leaves now at this point 42 down in stage number 2, 58 to go in this second stage in the Quaker State 400. Again, Austin Cindric your leader by 0.2 of a second over Alex Bowman.
There you go, Austin Cindric, guys. Randy, you finally made it here. Go number 8. How many laps? Is the audio off? Yeah, we are under a caution. This is the second caution of the race. I had a problem with my microphone, so I'm going to switch to my headset mic right now. So I can figure that out. Oh, double, yes. So radio broadcast, it's like 30 seconds behind the live footage and information we're seeing on screen. So all this information I'm pulling you is actually off NASCAR's website, and I just pull in the radio broadcast on top of it.
Blaney has led 33. Top 5 are Austin Cindric, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, William Byron, and Ross Chastain. You're listening to PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
We could try to...
Hope everybody's having an amazing Sunday. I hope this audio's work will make it through the race. After the race, I'm going to go buy a new cable. I think it's my cable's messing up on my mic. It's been popping here lately. If not, I'm going to have to buy a new mic. but it is what it is, guys. So thank you guys for stopping in here today. It's a busy day. There's NFL games, baseball going on. I have updated scores every few minutes. I will update these scores real time for you to keep you up to date with NFL, baseball, and NASCAR all here at one spot, guys, so you don't have to bounce around. Especially those of you driving at work. Hey, I'm here for you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're over 100 likes on the stream today. Our goal is 200 for the stream, but with your help, we can smash that out of the park, guys. So keep hitting those likes on the stream. Subscribe if you're new here. Yeah, Danny is in second now, guys. How about that? Under this caution. He started out in last today. I dropped a video this morning on the starting lineup, and if you watch that, you will see Danny is in dead last.
Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. 107 laps complete now. Stage 2 ends at lap 160. Even though a lot of the drivers are saving fuel, that doesn't mean that their cars aren't a handful. In fact, Kyle Busch, who's running 14th right now, jumped on the radio, told crew chief Randall Burnett, "I am all over the place. My car is tight, 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 loose, loose, loose. It changes at the snap of a finger." He's got a handful out there, Doug and Mark.
At this point, Austin Cindric has led 40 laps. He is the lap leader in this, the top lap leader at this point in the race. Ryan Blaney, 33 laps led. Michael McDowell has led 29. Martin Truex Jr., who is currently running 9th, has made up the most positions since the start, plus 27. But since the restart, one guy that I've been keeping an eye on is Eric Jones, the Dollar Tree Toyota for Legacy Motor Club, Doug. He has made some big, bold moves, going 3 wide at certain points, and Jones has worked up 17 positions, currently in 10th.
Mark, I'm kind of curious what's going on in the Denny Hamlin camp. We documented that he started 38th today. They had terrible problems yesterday. The car just would not go. He has only moved up to 33rd. I don't think they have let him hit the loud pedal yet and said go up there and try to get him. Let's check out on pit road Brad Gillick.
Well, Doug, they started the race off being very conservative, staying out of the fray in the opening laps of this race. Denny Hamlin was told he could go. He went and passed about 3 cars and sort of stalled out right there. It appeared that they were conserving fuel, and it seems like that's still what they're doing at this point right now. However, Denny has told crew chief Chris Gabehart his car is a little bit loose out there. I think the one thing he's a little wary of doing is trying to totally run his way up through the field. At a certain point, if he can, he's going to have to, but there's not been anything that I've heard said on the radio about them doing that anytime soon.
And it's easy to spot Denny in that Mavis tire and brake, like kind of aqua blue and yellow paint scheme, and he is just riding back there. And for you and I, it would be the same thing as just kind of cruising down the interstate all by your lonesome. He has made no attempt to really pass anybody and just kind of found a place to ride.
But of course, there's not a lot to gain, but you would think maybe he'd want to get up there and try to grab a stage point or two. Because with the hits that he has taken in the points category this year, you think he'd want to get some of them back. Here they come back out of turn 4, across the line. Familiar formation. Austin Cindric in the lead by himself, and then 5 rows deep at 2x2, Doug Turnbull.
And that they're saving fuel but staying too wide. So it's Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and Daniel Suarez, the first 3 cars down low. Up high, the first 3 cars are Bowman, Byron, and Stenhouse.
Mark mentioned just a second ago the run of Eric Jones. I kind of been watching that myself. Jones is back here trying to approach the 10th spot. He's alongside Martin Truex Jr., but that car has been very good so far in the moves he's made.
As they work their way out of turn 4.
Hello, Tammy, Chase, Elliott. How are you doing, Tammy?
Bowman, then side by side, Chastain and Byron.
Great runs for them. Martin Truex Jr. just gave a little bumper music to Daniel Suarez entering turn number 1, but doesn't advance a spot as this field just stays glued together with Austin Cindric being the master up front.
Joey Logano's kind of waning away back here behind the number 43 of Jones. That's where you find Kyle Busch as well. Regular season champ Tyler Reddick back there in the mix as well. Everybody 2x2 all 4.
And we've got our second yellow flag of the day. Debris on the front stretch slows everybody down. Yeah. So piece of debris that NASCAR spies on the front stretch brings out our second yellow of the day with 46 laps to go here in stage 2.
O'Reilly. Refresh the live audio too. No, same racers. They stay all the same rounds.
And a good push, though, for Bowman now
right,
from Daniel
green
Suarez
now.
into
Should
turn 3.
refresh on audio, see if it
2
gets
by
any
2
closer.
there. Blaney on the bottom, and Bowman to the outside. Cindric, though, is going to pull the train on 4 again.
Let's see if anybody wants to challenge Cindric. He dives to the bottom. He is the solo leader. Right behind him, side by side, Blaney and Bowman. And then it's going to be William Byron and Suarez together.
With 40 laps to go in the stage, and inside the top 10 now after a good pit stop, Brad Keselowski at about the 8th position in his orange Ford. He's side by side with Chase Elliott, and Cindric is still up.
My audio is 10 minutes behind.
Move to the inside for
I don't think it's that far behind. I've got USA up.
Right behind them is where you find Chase Elliott alongside Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Justin Haley now makes it 3 wide. He gets inside of Stenhouse. Now it's Chastain, Stenhouse, Gilliland 3 wide going to turn 1.
That's going to be dicey for Stenhouse, who's the middle car, but he surges in front of Chastain, gets back 2 wide again, as up front, Cindric pulls away, but Blaney and Bowman are side by side for second place.
10th place, there's 6 rows of 2 cars going into turn 3 right now. Up front, once again, Bowman holds on.
Broadcaster showing
battle with
lap
Blaney
123 of 60.
Getting frisky back there for about the 10th spot. It was 3 wide for a second with Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse.
Now that refreshed it. Yeah, I've hit refresh
Chastain
on it. It hasn't minded now.
A little bit, few positions back from where he was before, as Chastain's going to gouge right to the bottom of the racetrack behind Stenhouse. Just in front of them is Brad Keselowski. And now it's 3 wide with Todd Gilliland and Eric Jones behind him.
Yeah, it looked like Eric Jones made a nice move there. Haley moved down the racetrack, so not a problem for him as he tries to work up.
I'm 6 laps behind.
Once again, no change up front in the top 6.
Again, Haley charges from the inside, 3 wide. Now he swings up in front of Eric Jones, and Harrison Burton comes to the back bumper of Ross Chastain.
That is just outside of the top 10 as Haley had to back off of that. Now Chastain's going to take Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 3 wide with Chase Elliott. Stenhouse in the middle. Now they're passing Joey Logano. It is tough to get track position here.
3 wide and tight off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Everybody sorts it out with Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. A lot of great racing up front here today.
That's 3 wide back there, battling
38.
for about the 10th spot. Chastain on the inside, Stenhouse in the middle, Logano on the outside, and they hold that 3 wide formation into 1.
As Justin Haley tried to choose a lane, he pulls to the bottom. Then Brad Keselowski loose in front of the 3 wide battle. He's going to almost wash up in front of Stenhouse, then pull down low in front of Chastain for 10.
I said it once, I'll say it again. Really tight back here where Logano, Stenhouse, and Chase Elliott.
Noah, how are you doing?
Stenhouse is the meat and the sandwich off of turn number 4. 3 wide again.
Here's Stenhouse right down the middle, inside of Joey Logano to his inside. It's Chastain. They're locked that way, going into 1.
Stenhouse meeting the sandwich. Oscar Mayer is sponsor. That makes sense. He stays 3 wide, doesn't fall back. In fact, surges forward and almost pulls even with Chase Elliott as they're 2 wide with Chastain now.
Big train wreck, or not train wreck, I should say, but a big slowdown there for that group. As Chase Elliott kind of slowed that group down and broke up that 3 wide racing. Now everybody gets back to 2 wide racing off 4.
Up front, it's still Austin Cindric. Nobody pushing him. Blaney and Bowman side by side. William Byron and Suarez are the next 2. Then it's Keselowski and Chase Elliott.
And that's the highest position that Suarez has had today as he lurked in the back of the top 10. Now he's in 5th as Austin Cindric just masterful up front, straddling the 2 lanes.
Watching the front, once again, Austin Cindric leads the way into turn 3. Ryan Blaney down below in that second spot as he battles with William Byron. Then you've got William Byron and Alex Bowman there in line with each other.
Watching Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he just got a big push. He got slammed in the back bumper by Justin Haley. He surges forward with Haley right there with him.
And then Haley had to back off, though, and they ran out of energy and falls 2 spots behind. So it's Haley down low, Chastain up high, and Stenhouse in front of them, all just in the very back of the top 10.
Behind that group we're talking about, you've got
Danny
Jones
Hamlin is
there
up there. He
with
is.
Todd Gilliland. He's in the mix. That's where you find Harrison Burton. Kyle Busch is right there as well, and MTJ, all working midway in the pack.
Once again, racing back around 12th. See a car go way to the high side. That's Eric Jones. He is trying to get around Ross Chastain. That's a great fight for 12th.
That Family that Dollar Tree car went to the cheap seats. Up high there as Chastain is down low. They settle back 2 wide, but Jones is choosing that high.
Here we go, guys.
That Toyota wound up down the back straight.
Jones out next to the wall. Chastain underneath him right now as they work into turn 3. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski backing up, making it 3 wide in the middle of the corner over here in turns 3 and 4.
Stenhouse up to the top of the racetrack. He makes it 3 wide, shuffles Keselowski back as well as Joey Logano. So moves Stenhouse now up to the 5th spot.
Stenhouse there in that 5th position. Down low's Joey Logano. There's some momentum for Brad Keselowski behind him, but Keselowski's 3 wide middle. This field doesn't seem to be saving fuel anymore, Pat Patterson, as they're staying feisty.
Absolutely. Ross Chastain loses a little bit of momentum there going into turn 3, or just smartly gets out of the gas somewhat as they work into 3, breaks up a 3-wide situation back up front.
As they come roaring back to the start-finish line, 30 laps left in stage number 2. Bowman now tries to look to the outside of Cindric, but Cindric won't let him have the lead.
It looks like Bowman lost some momentum there as Byron against his rear bumper has to back off so he doesn't hit him. That makes Blaney 2 wide with Bowman there, but Blaney can't get away from Bowman. They stay 2 wide behind the leader, Cindric.
Behind Bowman is a good battle. There's Chase Elliott right there. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. still in the mix. Then you've got Joey Logano down there in the 22 at the bottom of the racetrack off turn 4.
We have hit the halfway mark of the Quaker Step.
Halfway mark, guys.
130 in the books, 130 left to go. Top 10 look like this. Cindric, Blaney, Alex Bowman, Suarez.
2 laps
William
down.
Byron, Chase Elliott 6th, 7th to Logano. Stenhouse Jr. is 8th, 9th is going to be Todd Gilliland. Brad Keselowski rounds out the top 10.
There we go. Who's your favorite drivers in chat? We got Hamlin. Larson's out, guys. Those of you new stopping in, Larson is out of the race. I may drop one of these browsers to see if this helps with this delay. So let me hit refresh on audio. Try to make sure this doesn't cut out on you guys.
About weather-wise today, but we've passed the halfway mark of the Quaker State 400. It's official, and we still have 26 laps to go in stage number 2. Again, Austin Cindric is out front. You're listening to PRN, the performance.
We're going to kill this one here. See if that helps any. Move this guy over here. Alright. Yeah, it dropped some memory usage. That one site was running me up. So let's see if that helps it, because it was maximizing my memory usage of the machine. Hopefully that will help it, guys. Be sure to drop those likes on the stream. I do need to get a new computer. That is in the game plan, guys. They're not cheap, so I need to save up. So hopefully here soon we can build us a new machine to better stream you guys this stuff and bring the best coverage. I probably need to get a new mic too. This mic is about 8 years old, so I needed a massive upgrade on all this stuff. So hopefully soon I can get all that.
24 laps remain in stage 2, 124 in the Quaker State 400. Let's give you our Straight Talk Wireless leaderboard. Austin Cindric leads. He has led 66 laps today. That's the most of any driver. Ryan Blaney is 2nd. 3rd is Alex Bowman. William Byron 4th. Joey Logano 5th. Suarez is 6th. Chase Elliott 7th. Eric Jones 8th. 9th to Gilliland. And 10th is Keselowski.
Then in the 11th spot, as Keselowski falls to 10th, Chastain now is marked in 9th. Gilliland 11th. 12th is Stenhouse now. Harrison Burton 13th. Justin Haley 14th. Then it's Truex 16th. Kyle Busch. Ty Gibbs 17th. Austin Dillon 18th. 19th Daniel Hemrick. Christopher Bell in 20th.
Zane Smith 21st. LaJoy 22nd. John Hunter Nemechek 23rd. Busher is 24th. Tyler Reddick 25th. Bubba Wallace 26th. McDowell is 27th. 28th today Noah Gregson. Ryan Preece 29th. And 30th to Josh Berry.
Denny Hamlin now is moved up to 31st, 32nd B.J. McLeod, Shane Van Gisbergen 33rd, 34th Carson Hocevar. Then it's Cody Ware 35th, 36th is J.J. Yelly.
Hamlin was in there for a minute earlier, guys.
We have 2 cars out. Kyle Larson will get credit for 37th, Chase Briscoe 38th. If you just joined us, Larson had a right front failure. We don't know if it was a tire, if it was a mechanical failure, but he knocked down the wall. Chase Briscoe hit him as he bounced off the safer barrier.
That rundown brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. Pat Patterson, you've seen a lot of races. What are you impressed today?
No politics on here today. Let's stay strictly racing.
He's going to lead lap 70 for himself.
I've got it budgeted for
This has been
this
great
fall,
racing, and it's been
I've got to
exactly
get
what we wanted. 2x2,
desktop.
3 wide racing as they come off of turn.
Here we go, guys.
Keeping my eye on that 43. Mark Garrow mentioned it earlier. Doug Turnbull, you watch him, it looks like Eric Jones can move about wherever he wants to.
And particularly on the high side of the racetrack. And he's got nothing to lose, not in the playoffs, just trying to win as Jones just outside the back of the top 10 there.
You're good, my friend.
Now coming to you, Pat.
Up front once again.
I am looking for Black Friday deals. That is my goal. I can't get here fast enough.
Gets out of the way, so to speak. Moves.
Yeah, I do apologize.
Eric Jones again, a good run when Logano bobbled immediately. Jones jumps to the outside, 3 wide with Keselowski down inside of Logano.
And barely hanging on to it as these tires starting to wear out just a little bit. Eric Jones up high, Logano in the middle, Keselowski down low, and Daniel Suarez in the top.
Sunday.
Block on the last lap too.
A lot of 3 wide racing down the backstretch. All of them trying to sort it out.
Cindric, Bowman, Blaney, Byron, Suarez. Suarez is in 5th. These Daniel Suarez fans.
Kyle Larson crashed out of this event on lap 56. He will finish 37th today. He was the number 1 seed coming in. The leaders are back in 1.
And Austin Cindric has second most points in the last 5 races here at AMS with this new configuration, still leading there. The field 2 wide behind him, almost 3 wide there, back in the top 10.
Watching the 3rd row back, that's where you find Logano. He's going to work with Daniel Suarez, or attempted to, down at the bottom of the racetrack. He rides alongside Eric Jones. Looks like Logano's car's a little loose on him as they work all 4.
With 17 laps in stage number 2, let's go down to O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporter Brett McMillan.
Brett McMillan here, guys.
Austin Cindric's ability to stay in front of one lane or the other, whichever one's advancing the most. Credit a lot to his spotter, Doug Campbell, who is a constant stream of chatter on the radio, letting him know what's going on behind him, describing at least 1 row, maybe 2 rows deep, what's going on, letting him know if the top lane is advancing or the bottom lane is advancing, how close they're getting. If the bottom lane's moving up in the top lane, back and forth. He's the guy that's letting Austin Cindric know exactly what's going on behind him. Like I said, 1, maybe 2 lanes deep. It is constant. And so far, Austin Cindric has now led more laps in this race than he has in any lap in any race previously.
Ross Chastain making it 3 wide down the backstretch.
Yeah, Chase Elliott right
I would
in the
say,
middle of that with Brian
the top 12 right now is
on in the middle. Chastain goes up to the high side of the racetrack as they work
we got
off.
Larson's in the
Eric
lead.
Jones tried to make it 3 wide, getting to the outside of William Byron. Byron shut the door. Byron now has to give way as now here is Jones moving to his outside.
And that's Byron in the middle, down low, Daniel Suarez. Eric Jones losing ground on the top side as William Byron's going to pull right in front of him there. Cindric still leading down the backstretch.
Again, very impressed with what the Hendrick cars are doing up front right now.
Wait till after this stream to
on
correct
the
this on my
outside
page.
of Ryan Blaney in that 2nd spot as they come off turn 4.
Bowman has been
I will get it
glued
corrected
either
for
in
the next
2nd
stream.
or 3rd every lap right there, side by side.
I don't want to kill everything
and it's like
kick
they're
you
running
off.
military
Just gonna
formation
kinda
there,
limp
Doug
through
Turnbull.
on
Nobody in the top 10 moving.
This is
Yeah,
a
but a little bit
$300
out of order
headset.
for sure. A
I think
lot
it might
easier to
be
march
better.
than it is to put that gas pedal all the way down, especially as the handle it goes
Wow,
around
new
these cars.
cage.
The field still 2 by 2 with Noah himself, Austin Cindric leading.
Eric Jones now, I'm wondering if Chastain can get to his bumper. Can they help advance themselves a little bit more here? But once again, a great job for the 43 cars. The field works off turn 4.
Chastain down the middle. He goes to the outside of Logano, inside of Eric Jones. We've got only 13 laps left now in stage number 2.
These Cup cars making the middle lane work with cars on either side of them. Not like yesterday at all. Chastain to the membrane, goes around to Eric Jones there. It stays 3 wide of the backstretch.
Yeah, it's a battle for 7th, 8th, 9th, right along in there. Chastain at the bottom of the racetrack. Eric Jones to the outside. Right behind them, Chase Elliott takes the top side of the racetrack. Joey Logano on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Eric Jones consistently likes that high line. He is to the outside of Chastain right now. That is a battle for the 7th spot. They'll stay that way.
Remember, Eric Jones does have a Daytona win some 6 years ago. He knows how to do this kind of racing there, just outside of the top 5, and still they stick 2 wide in front of him there with Blaney and Bowman in second.
Back behind Eric Jones right now. A big run from Joey Logano. Chase Elliott to the outside. Here comes Logano to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to get inside of Eric Jones and move right up into the top 6 or 7.
He now moves inside of Chastain. They nearly make contact as Logano goes up the racetrack at the exit of turn 4. 11 laps left now in stage 2.
2 of the most aggressive drivers in Cup, Joey Logano and Ross Chastain, battling it out just outside the top 5. Right behind him, Eric Jones pulling up to Ross Chastain to the back straightaway, trying to get a run.
You can feel that tension and excitement and energy building as we head towards the end of this stage. Up front, though, it's Austin Cindric doing a great job of controlling the race.
With 10 laps to go in stage 2, here are your top 10. Cindric, Bowman, Blaney, Suarez, William Byron is 5th. Then it's Joey Logano, Chastain, Eric Jones, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Elliott. Let's see how much this changes over the next 10 laps, Mark. I got a feeling, like Pat Patterson alluded to, somebody's going to light the fuse here very shortly.
And now watching Stenhouse. He's back on the march again. Drives inside of Eric Jones.
He gets around Eric Jones now, goes right to the bumper of the number 1 car of Ross Chastain. Can't quite get there to give him a shove.
Back to the line, Cindric once again the leading. It's unchanged. The 6 behind him running 2 by 2 have stayed that way.
But they're getting more energy there. I just saw Joey Logano make a charge at Daniel Suarez at turn number 1. He pulls back in line there. All of them trying to plot their move to get those stage points.
Very similar to the way that other stage ended in the very beginning. You had a couple of Fords up there, and Blaney this time taking care of his teammate, where it was Cindric the last time that was up there helping Blaney. Now they got him 3 wide, stacked off of 4 again.
Stenhouse driving down the middle. He makes contact with Chastain, nearly bumps into the man inside him, Logano. They're okay, though, as they head back to 1.
And Stenhouse pulls in front of him, but Brad Keselowski fills the hole 3 wide. He fades back just a bit. Chastain to the outside. Logano with a run off of turn 2, even with Stenhouse exiting on the backstretch.
2 by 2 by 2. That's the way the top 10 run now into turn 3. Bottom of the racetrack. Once again, Blaney holds that 2nd spot. Suarez is there. There's Joey Logano. To the outside is William Byron.
8 laps to go here in stage 2. Time to make a move side by side. Blaney and Bowman right behind them. William Byron, Daniel Suarez hold down 2 through 5.
And Bowman and Byron, the teammates on the outside line. Wonder if they're trying to time the run to make a last attempt at Cindric. Too early to do it now, and they're not trying to now as Cindric still leads.
You got all of the Hendrick top horses up here in the mix at this one. Now we got them stacked up 3 wide. It's Brad Keselowski that comes to the rescue of Chase Elliott, giving him a shove. Here comes Logano through the middle as they work all 4.
Chase Elliott got the push from Keselowski, got him up beside Keselowski. Half dozen laps now left in stage number 2. Leaders climb the banking in turn number 1.
With a big run for Stenhouse to the back bumper of William Byron, just outside of the top 5. Now 3 wide. Joey Logano in the middle. Chase Elliott down low. Elliott backs out and cuts behind Logano.
Elliott will go alongside Ross Chastain now in that battle as he stays on the bottom of the racetrack. Up front, no change with those 6 cars. However, Ross Chastain keeps trying to make it 3 wide off of turn 4. He does it again.
Chastain, non-playoff driver, trying to mix it up here in the top 10. To his inside, it's Logano. To his outside, it's Stenhouse hanging on the outside as they go back to 1.
Let's see if Chastain gets some help. He doesn't have it as Elliott's too far behind. Now Keselowski losing some spots there as that line loses the energy. Ross Chastain, they're right next to Stenhouse as Logano gets by.
Bowman has got to get some help from his teammate who's on the outside of him running in that 5th spot, and that's William Byron. If he can get there to try to give a shove, maybe he can get a run on the leader.
Here is Cindric again leading them down across the line. 4 laps left in stage number 2. Blaney and Bowman still locked door to door for the 2nd spot.
And that's going to help Cindric stay up front there as that line or that 2 wide formation creates some drag, and behind him it's the same way with Suarez down low and Byron at 6 up high.
Ross Chastain and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., they can see the leader. They just can't plot a solution to get in front of that roadblock that's in front of them, which is the top 4 cars. Once again, Chastain down at the bottom, Stenhouse to the outside in that 3rd or 4th row.
Cindric not going to give this this up easily. He wants that playoff point if he can hang out there for 3 more minutes or 3 more laps, and it's still Blaney and Bowman side by side for second.
And Cindric right in between the top and bottom lines there, keeping him at bay. Nobody advancing on him now. There's certainly no Pat Patterson not saving any fuel.
If there is a move to be made by anybody in this top 10, they need to get busy and execute that plan. Once again, up front, Cindric got control of the field off of 4.
Cindric on the
lap on this stage.
Blaney, now he goes up to the top for Bowman. Now back to the bottom. Cindric holds on to the lead with 2 to go in stage 2.
Seems to have the best handling car, does Ross Chastain.
The radio feeds like a lap behind.
Cindric also handles well, and he's got that car right in between the 2 lines, keeping him at bay.
It is live. I'm on X
Bowman
radio.
do here. He goes side by side with Blaney in that second position, unable to get within 2 car lengths of the leader. That's the way they race through 3 and 4.
1 lap to go in stage 2. Cindric has the entire
take it, guys.
behind him. He leads by 2 car lengths. Once again, Blaney, Bowman side by side, along with William Byron and Suarez.
And Blaney, though, does not advance much of his teammate Cindric. He stays locked in with Alex Bowman for the second spot. Cindric still a car length in front of them. There's no one pulling out of line anywhere near the front.
People may have a plan, but nobody looks like they can execute it. Man, Austin Cindric looks like he's got this in hand as they work midway through 3 and 4. Here comes the driver of the number 2 off of 4.
Cindric flexes his muscle in stage number 2 of the Quaker State 400 in the Quaker State Ford for Roger Penske. He wins his 3rd stage in 2024. Ryan Blaney winds up 2nd in stage number 2. Alex Bowman 3rd. Daniel Suarez 4th. 5th, William Byron. 6th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 7th is Ross Chastain. The other drivers who scored points in stage number 2, Chase Elliott is 8th. 9th, Ty Gibbs. And Christopher Bell is 10th.
Stage 2 presented by Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. Cheddar's serves home-style comfort food like homemade chicken pot pie, slow-smoked baby back ribs, and hand-breaded chicken tenders at prices that say, come back again soon.
All right. I'm going to try this again. I unplugged the cable. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I've been having mic problems. We're going to make it through the race. So be sure to drop those likes on the stream. Our goal is 200 for today on this race. We're on the last stage. Who's going to take it? All right. It looks like this guy's cutting out, so Popeye does sound good.
Austin Cindric here at Atlanta Motor Stadium. 161 laps in the books, 99 to go here at AMS. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Thank you for the sub there. I do apologize for the mic issues, guys. I've had this mic a long time. I'm going to get out and get it fixed today. Go buy a new one if I have to. It's been a great weekend, but it stinks that my mic decided to act up on this race today, guys. I am so sorry about this. And if I sound funny, it's because I'm talking through this headset mic, which the mics are not that great. So I won't talk as much today on this, guys. I'm sorry. But thank y'all for the subs and everything and likes.
Our pit reporters today brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Austin Cindric led every lap of Stage 2 today. So far, he has led 92 circuits here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The field is down on the apron, and they're headed to pit road. That means they will get to Wendy Venturini first.
Yeah, on this end of pit road, Daniel Suarez, currently in the 4th position, had his helmet hose come detached in the race car, so they are actually going to try and fix it as quickly as possible when he hits pit road, and they're going to hand him a hose, and they said if they can't fix it, he's going to have to deal with it. But right now, they are going to make some air pressure adjustments for Daniel Suarez. It's going to be 4 tires. I see the guy go ahead and hand that hose into the driver's side to Daniel. He's going to fix it himself. Also on pit road is the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with 4 tires and fuel. Brad Gilly.
Alex Bowman said his car got free toward the end. He was on 90-plus lap old tires. He gets a 4-tire change. They are waiting on fuel. They topped him off with Sunoco. Same for his teammate Chad Stanley at 3, but does not want to be tightened up too much. He got 4 tires in Sunoco. Brett McMillan. Cedric goes a 4-tire change. They made sure he waited on fuel. Then it looked like he stalled it on the way out of the pit stall. So a long stop for him. So he's going to cost track position. Meanwhile, Ryan Blaney came in and he got a 4-tire change. And he needed a family, man. An air pressure adjustment.
Ross Chastain, number 1 off the pit lane. They did change 4 tires. Michael McDowell, a 2-tire change. He is the 2nd off the pit lane. Then it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ty Gibbs. They changed 4. Then William Byron, 5th off the pit lane. 6th is Blaney. 7th is Bell, followed by Bowman, Corey LaJoie, and Daniel Suarez. You do not see the man who dominated stage number 2 in the top 10 coming off pit lane, Austin Cindric.
Hello, I'm Scott Strauss. A 911.
He's in 33rd. He's gamer. He qualified last today. Yeah, Hamlin fans. yeah, he's been struggling today. He's on the struggle bus. So Cindric wins stage 2, ladies and gentlemen. Blaney won stage 1. Who do y'all think is going to win stage 3? The caution is out, but it's because of the end of the stage. They're getting ready to start it.
The 3rd and final stage in the Quaker State 400. You're listening to PRN.
They're getting it ready. 96 laps to go. Number 1, baby.
Let's check in on pit road with Brett McMillan.
When we were calling Austin Cindric's pit stop, I said I thought he stalled it coming off pit road. Turns out what in fact it was the jack wasn't completely gone from underneath the car, so he had to stop, let him pull the jack out from underneath the car, and then he got going again. So one thing, they held him for fuel, then that happened, so that's why he lost so many spots on pit road.
He is 19th in the running order right now after dominating stage 2. Ross Chastain's your leader. Michael McDowell second. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. third as we get set for the green flag in the third and final stage. Ty Gibbs is fourth. Fifth, William Byron. Blaney is sixth. Seventh is Bell. Bowman eighth. Ninth, LaJoy. And 10th is Suarez.
11th is Bush. Truex Jr. is 12th. 13th, the Busher. Chase Elliott 14th. Logano 15th. 16th, Austin Dillon. Tyler Reddick 17th. Gilliland rides 18th. 19th to Cindric. Brad Keselowski is 20th. Don't get stranded with a dead battery. Test yours regularly and stop by your nearest Napa for a full range of high-performance replacements.
So the NASCAR pace car driver, Jesse Dalavut, the lights are off. He hangs a left onto pit lane. The third and final stage about to get underway. 94 laps left in the Quaker State 400.
And let's see if Denny Hamlin's plan to hang out in the back is going to go into overdrive now, because he'll start 4 cars from the rear. The leaders, led by Chastain and McDowell, are back into 1.
Non-playoff spoilers in the top 3 spots. Add Ricky Stenhouse Jr. into that as this pack is clamped tight together. Joey Logano outside the top 20. He's already taken a 3 wide, but it's Chastain, barely the leader on the back straightaway.
Now, the Watermelon Man, that's right. He rides up front here today at Atlanta as we work down at the bottom of the racetrack. Ross Chastain now with a nice lead off of turn number 4.
Behind him on the bottom, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to his outside, McDowell. Then it's Byron along with Ty Gibbs. Bowman along with Ryan Blaney.
First noise we've heard from Ty Gibbs today in his Toyota. He's the highest running of that brigade. It's Ross Chastain doing what Cindric did, putting his car right in the middle of the top 2 lines.
Watching these cars work side by side all the way back through the 10th spot as we work down into turn number 3. Once again, Michael McDowell challenging here on the outside. Chastain up front as they race off turn number 4.
The front 3 cars, non-playoff drivers. Michael McDowell drives to the outside of Chastain. He will fight him for the lead.
The handle of McDowell went away in the pole sitter through stage 1 and 2, but now he's back up on the front row there next to Chastain, who has the advantage with a push from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. car 47.
They stay side by side, meaning the 47 and Michael McDowell behind them. William Byron rolling down at the bottom of the racetrack. He may get a twofer here. Byron charges down at the bottom. He's going to pick up at least 1 spot, move him up to 3rd.
So McDowell second. He blocks off Byron. Then it's door to door. Bowman and Stenhouse need to document. First time today, Denny Hamlin has joined the lead pack. He's running 25th.
And up front, as Hamlin gets to the 25th spot, up front, Michael McDowell pulls to the rear bumper of Ross Chastain. He has a whale of a run on the back straightaway, but William Byron's going to work with his Chevrolet driver there, Chastain up front.
Ross Chastain is a good guy if you want somebody up front that can control the lanes. He can do that right now as we watch him pull the train off of turn number 4.
Ross Chastain, kind of a petty blue paint scheme on that car, really pops off the racetrack side by side. Behind him is going to be William Byron battling with McDowell.
2 laps ago, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. had a moment, lost some spots. Now he's back in the top 5 and gives a shove to Michael McDowell. McDowell in the 2nd spot, even with William Byron. The leader is Chastain.
Right behind that group, that's where you find Ty Gibbs. He's side by side with Daniel Suarez. Then there's Ryan Blaney. Kyle Busch on the march, bottom of the racetrack. Christopher Bell is right there in this group as well.
If you just joined us, the third and final stage just underway in the Quaker State 400 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've got 89 laps to go as the leaders thunder back into turn number 1.
And still 1 pit stop to go, but the intensity is up right now as while the field's 2 wide, the first car 3 wide, no surprise, outside the top 20. That is Eric Jones.
Watching a little bit further back, and we watch Chase Elliott. He's being pursued by Austin Dillon. Martin Truex Jr. back there in that part of the pack working as well. Christopher Bell.
He has had a Kyle Busch. Today,
Austin Cindric got relegated to 19th with that bad pit stop. He has not picked up a single spot. Meanwhile, Chastain continues to lead.
And Chastain picked up the top line this time, led by McDowell. McDowell fades all the way up toward the Quaker State green wall. Now 3 wide for second. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. making moves inside the top 5.
Stenhouse gets a great run. Can't do anything with it. Has to back out of it now. He's got them stacked up to the outside. Now he'll be 3 wide with Bowman on the bottom of that 3 wide battle.
And on his outside, it's McDowell. Those 3 cars, again, door to door to door, across the line and back to 1.
And that's allowed Byron to scoot into the 2nd spot as now Michael McDowell with that Ford horsepower pulls away from the 3 wide battle. Stenhouse falling back, 2 wide for second. McDowell up high, Byron down low. Chastain still the leader.
McDowell acts like he wants to challenge for the lead.
Check, it's
He's on the outside of that 2nd row. with
They haven't put out a caution.
on the bottom. They stay side by side.
It's out now.
10, 15 rows of cars.
Chastain still on the point, side by side. It's going to be William Byron and McDowell. Behind them, Ty Gibbs and Alex Bowman, also side by side.
And a lot of drivers in this mix-up here have not won this season, including Ty Gibbs, who's in that 6th spot. Alex Bowman's down low, just in front of him, pushing William Byron to their outside, Michael McDowell.
Chastain out front, down the backstretch.
Trouble on the back straightaway here. A car is out of line, noses to the inside wall. It's covered up in smoke. It is the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek that's going to bring out the yellow flag.
And that is going to be yellow flag number 4 in the Quaker State 400 with 85 laps.
Another yellow. I'm on a refresh this here. See if we can make sure this stays closer. It does seem like the radio, you never can get it live, even on baseball and a lot of stuff. It's hard to keep them live without pausing it and stuff. But it is a challenge with this thing. Alright, I did a refresh on it, so when it comes back after the commercial, let's try to get it closer, ladies and gentlemen. See, Spin, you said talk about Petty. So, hey guys, we're knocking it out of the park. 133 likes. 200 is our goal for the stream. Can we hit 200 on this stream before the end? Yeah, I've got filters that yeah, I don't have echo turned on. It's just something with this little mic, little cheap mic. I'm gonna have to go buy a cable. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna buy a new mic tonight. I may not be able to make this stream tonight for football, guys. I'm gonna fix the microphone after this stream. So I do apologize for it right now. I've got the filters set on, the audio filters. It's not doing anything for that. I do apologize again about the mic. I'm having to use my headset mic, which is a terrible mic. These are not good. Where's Logano at? Here, I'll roll through while we're under caution. So you'll see it move over here, guys. So Logano, let's see if we can find Logano for you. Thank you for the subscription there, Steve. Joey's in 18th.
Nemechek, and he's already being scored one lap down. He was able to fire the car up and bring it back around to pit road.
If you just joined us, Ryan Blaney won stage number 1. Teammate Austin Cindric dominates and wins stage number 2. Doug, they have scored 19 points today. They have flip-flopped first and second on the 2 stages. Alex Bowman, a good points day so far. He is 16 points scored. Third, Stenhouse, 11. Byron has scored 9, as has Chastain. Elliott, another playoff driver, has scored 7. Logano has scored 7. Suarez has scored 7. And Ty Gibbs has scored 3. So most of the playoff drivers, or a good chunk of the playoff drivers, have scored at least a point or two here in the opening 2 stages.
Next week, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Watkins Glen International Raceway. The Motor Racing Network will have the call for that one on the road course there. It's always entertaining. And, Mark, we're hearing lots of interesting things about the new tire combo that Goodyear will take to Watkins Glen.
Had a chance to talk to a Goodyear official earlier today. A 3-second drop-off on the tires. And, I mean, that is going to make a show at Watkins Glen. Not to mention they apparently have changed the curbing and the bus stop. So all of a sudden, Watkins Glen is a wild card race. And we know Bristol is as well. So this is a very entertaining round 1, a very difficult one to survive.
Attended the NASCAR Media Day for all the playoff drivers with PRN's Brad Gillian and Alexis Erickson. We talked to all 16 of them, and they felt like this was going to be a very compelling group of 3 races with this unpredictable racetrack here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, then up to the Glen, and then over to Bristol Motor Speedway. And remember how hairy that was earlier this year with the great tire fall off they had there in the wild race that it brought up. And Mark, it looks like pit road is going to get really busy here.
Really busy. And Doug, Goodyear said, by the way, they did not change the tire for Bristol, so it should make things even more interesting. Let's go down to O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporter Wendy Venturini.
Tires are on pit wall, but it's going to be a question if they use him. Ross Chastain, our race leader, will be the first one on my end of pit road, and I believe it will be fuel only. Yes, it is for our leader, Ross Chastain. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is also in for fuel only. Brad Gilly.
Ty Gibbs stayed out, but here comes Alex Bowman. It's going to be fuel only for him. Fuel only for Kyle Busch. Also coming in
next week, guys. We'll be back
fuel
there
only. Brett
Sunday
McMillan.
well.
Michael
So
McDowell's
be sure to
coming
drop
in.
those likes on that
Whether or not to
stream
do this,
week.
but they are bringing him in. 2-tire change.
have
Fuel
a
only
microphone
for
for
William
this.
Byron.
I-
Michael McDowell's crew chief, Travis
fix
Peterson,
that
believes
football
that they aren't going to be able to make it the rest of the way. Byron's team, not so sure.
It was a wild scramble off the pit lane, and we'll have to see just how NASCAR is going to score it. We do know Chastain, however, first on, first off in that Trackhouse Chevrolet.
We'll confer with our O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporters here in a moment and see what they're talking about, fuel calculations. There was a little bit of a jam up on pit road, Mark.
Yeah, it looks like, and look at this, we have Corey LaJoie bouncing off the door of Chase Elliott, the driver's door, and then we had Suarez running into a car after he was bumped by Tyler Reddick. So Reddick bumps Suarez bumps the car in front of him on pit road. Really tight down there.
A lot of action down there, and Logano was also involved in all of that and might have started the jam up by short pitting here. So it looks like with the way they came in and everybody got fuel here, Mark, they're all betting that they can go 82 laps on the tank.
They're going to try. They're going to try. We heard from America's crew chief, Larry McReynolds, earlier today, thought the fuel window was 70, could make it at least that far, so we'll have to see how things turn out. Let's go down to O'Reilly Auto Parts pit reporter Brad Gilly.
Well, let me give you a fuel update here with 82 laps to go in this race. Denny Hamlin, who did come down and get fuel only on that last round of pit stops just a lap ago, he was just told by his crew chief, Chris Gabehart, this will be a max save. This will be a max save the entire run. Where we are right now with max save, we should be able to make it on fumes. They don't expect to have to go that far the way the pace of this race is going. Wendy Venturini.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has trouble. He's been running right around that top 5 all day here at Atlanta. He had contact on pit road. They feel like it could be a tow link that went out. The car is now parked in front of us. The hood is up and the engine is off. We will keep you updated on if they're able to get that changed for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Brett McMillan.
All right, Austin Cindric's team said that they believe it's going to be really close on fuel. Also, we have the team of Michael McDowell. They think they can make it on fuel. William Byron has never been confident that they can make it the rest of the way. Ryan Blaney's team says that they believe once they're going to have to get going, that's when they're going to have to calculate what kind of safe mode they're going to have to go into. Wendy Venturini.
Daniel Suarez back on pit road. We know there was a lot of damage happening and a lot of contact. Daniel Suarez could have been one of them, and that is 4 tires. They came back down pit road to go ahead and put the tires on, and I do know they were coming back around for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to try and fix his car as well.
What a tough break for Stenhouse. He has been one of the guys who's been fighting up front, Doug, all day long, going down the middle, going around the outside, making it 3 wide. He's won 3 Cup races, but it's been 61 races since his last trip to victory lane. Had a serious shot, and you certainly hope they can fix whatever the problem is for him. He deserves a shot to win this race today.
He brings a level of excitement when he's in the mix out there for sure.
Yes, he does.
Let's give you the Hunt Brothers Pizza leaderboard. After this round of pit stops here for our 4th yellow of the day, Ty Gibbs will be the new race leader. Bubba Wallace is 2nd. Blaney is 3rd. Chastain 4th. 5th will be Alex Bowman. Michael McDowell is 6th. 7th to William Byron. Kyle Busch is 8th. Corey LaJoie up tonight. And Austin Dillon 10th.
11th is Chase Elliott. 12th, Christopher Bell. 13th is Truex. 14th, Chris Buescher. Todd Gilliland 15th. And Logano 16th. Keselowski 17th. Harrison Burton 18th. 19th is Cindric. Zane Smith in 20th.
Shane Van Gisbergen Forsberg in 21st. Tyler Reddick 22nd. Priest is going to be 23rd. Denny Hamlin 24th.
Welcome, Clay.
25th, 26th to Noah Gregson. B.J. McLeod 27th. Justin Haley 28th. Daniel Hemrick in 29th. 30th belongs to J.J. Yaley.
31st now is being scored Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Josh Berry 32nd, Carson Hocevar 33rd, Daniel Suarez 34th, Eric Jones 35th, -4 and 36, John Hunter Nemechek out of the race. Kyle Larson will finish 37th, Chase Briscoe 38th.
Leaderboard update brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, where we love racing and we love pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com or download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app.
So the pace car is heading for pit lane. We're about to go green. We're in the third and final stage of the Quaker State 400. There's going to be 79 laps to go as they make their way through the Geico restart zone and take the green flag from NASCAR starter Greg Harris. And now Bubba Wallace inside of Ty Gibbs. Door to door, they head to one.
And with a big push, Bubba Wallace's buddy Ryan Blaney pushes him to the lead. On the top line, it's Ty Gibbs getting a push from Ross Chastain. Wallace appears to be the first Toyota leading today as he's leading the field now, but here comes Ryan Blaney.
Bubba Wallace into the lead, but a big shove from the outside from Ross Chastain to Ty Gibbs may put him in position to take the lead off four. They'll stay side by side off of the turn.
Pair of Toyotas pull the field out of turn 4 back to the line. Looks like Ty Gibbs will edge out Bubba Wallace for the lead.
Seven laps to go.
Not going to be fuel saving for them. They still have one more stop, it looks like, as Ty Gibbs is up high, leading the high lane. Bubba Wallace's purple Toyota flanks him to the inside. This field is glued together 2 wide, 3 wide outside the top 20.
Battle for that lead up front, side by side. Bubba Wallace on the bottom. To the outside is Ty Gibbs. Right behind them, Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney as they race off the corner.
As they come down across the track on the front straightaway at Atlanta, across the line, 77 laps to go in the field, locked together 2 by 2 like it's a parking lot.
Ty Gibbs winless in his Cup career, but he's won at Atlanta in the Xfinity Series on this configuration. He's to the outside of Bubba Wallace. They have Ross Chastain and Ryan Blaney right behind them.
No change, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back through this field. Bubba Wallace locked in it tight. Ty Gibbs to the outside. They stay halfway through 3 and 4. Now they stay the same off of 4.
They have picked up the pace a little bit here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This time by, once again, Gibbs by maybe 3 feet. The second row is Chastain and Ryan Blaney.
And Gibbs tried to see if he could pull in front of Bubba Wallace there, but gets back in line. That lost some energy, so Chastain got right to Gibbs' rear bumper. Now Gibbs pulls away on the high line.
In the third lane there, that's where you find Michael McDowell, the pole sitter, alongside Alex Bowman. Kyle Busch is up here in the mix with William Byron as well. Same thing up front, though. They're locked together for the lead.
As they come down across the stripe, you take a look down through. It is 1.6 seconds all the way back to 26th.
And about that position is Denny Hamlin, the highest he's run all day. Hard to believe there for the multi-time winner. Up front, they're still 2 wide. It's Bubba Wallace down low, Ty Gibbs up high, followed by Chastain and Blaney.
And there are a lot of cars at the back of this field. Denny Hamlin is back there. Some of the fastest cars of the day trying to work their way back up to the front. Up front, though, Bubba Wallace has got a nose out in front of Ty Gibbs.
Bubba Wallace has the advantage on the low side. Here comes Gibbs. Round on the outside. He'll lead at the stripe. The second row is still going to be Chastain and Blaney.
All wrecked out.
Gets a big push into turn number 1 there. Gets right up to Gibbs, but can't go anywhere with it. Just behind Chastain is pole sitter Michael McDowell, who's come to life here in this last segment of the race.
Right below McDowell is Alex Bowman. To his outside, his teammate William Byron. Then there's Chase Elliott. Corey LaJoie finds himself here in the front with Chase Elliott right behind him.
A little farther back, Martin Truex Jr. now making it 3 wide. He's on the bottom. Dylan in the middle. Outside, it's Chris Buescher as they work their way to 1.
And now some change up front here as Ross Chastain's got around Bubba Wallace. The bottom line losing energy as Blaney's begun saving fuel. Chastain's been able to push Ty Gibbs by himself to the front. Gibbs in control now.
Ty Gibbs now will try to take his turn at the front of the field, try to see if he can control the energy in both of these lanes. Bubba Wallace is right there in that second spot. Chastain goes right up to the bumper of Gibbs.
Front 3 really mixing it up. Down the front stretch they come. It's Gibbs being pushed by Chastain to their inside. Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell back in the front 4.
With the 72 laps to go here, Martin Truex Jr. now entering the top 15. He got a great run to the inside of Chris Buescher, whose name we have not mentioned at all today. Up front, Ty Gibbs in control.
So Chastain and Bubba Wallace together in that second row. Third row, Ryan Blaney getting a little bit of shove from Kyle Busch. Michael McDowell to the outside. There's William Byron and Alex Bowman as they come off the corner.
Bubba Wallace trying to find a way to wedge up behind Ty Gibbs and in front of Ross Chastain. Chastain says no go. He slams the door. They're still side by side.
And behind them, it's too wide. Ryan Blaney down low. Michael McDowell up high. Nowhere to go. Might as well save some fuel. Behind them, it's Kyle Busch and William Byron, the two-time winner here.
Behind them is where you find the 17 of Chris Buescher. Chase Elliott rides behind him. Then there's Chris Bell down at the bottom of the racetrack with his teammate Martin Truex Jr. All these cars scrambling for position.
Could we have a surprise winner today? You bet. 5 of the top 6 have gone winless this season. That's Ty Gibbs, Bubba Wallace, Chastain, McDowell. Blaney's got a win, but Kyle Busch doesn't. The leaders are in 2.
And outside the top 10, Aaron Jones trying to do it again as he keeps putting his green and white Toyota way up high.
Kenneth, I've got
to get back in the conversation.
Top 2 guys are kind of broken away just
I've got a guy with
slightly. Chastain now makes it those top 3 running in a straight line. Back to the 4th spot. Ryan Blaney battles door by door with Michael McDowell.
Need to document Denny Hamlin has dropped out of the lead pack. Hamlin back to 34th. He may be on max save and maybe getting ready to make a run later on when they are sure he has enough fuel. But again, this entire race has taken place with Denny Hamlin riding about 30th in the running order, has never made a move to the front all afternoon long, and right now, again, well behind the lead pack at Atlanta Motor Speedway with 68 laps to go in the Quaker State 400.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a soap opera star.
Gracious me, my car has storm damage and I've had to file a claim. Could it possibly get worse? Will my claims team leave me for so...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 66 laps to go. I apologize for the mic problems, but we're going to fight through it. Drop those likes on the stream. Best way to support the stream is free. Let's get those in. Let us know in chat. Who is your favorite driver? Who do you want to win? Currently, we have Ty Gibbs in the lead. Let's go, baby. More likes. Let's get 1,000 people in here.
Gibbs is the 9th different leader in the Quaker State 400 with now 66 laps to go. He's being trailed by Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Alex Bowman, and Michael McDowell. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
Hey, y'all. Darius Rucker here. You know,
Thank you, Kyle. I hope you guys can hear me. I do apologize on this mic. If y'all hear me okay, as soon as I'm done with the stream, I'm headed to Walmart. I'm going to buy a mic and a cable. And we're going to make sure we get this thing working and fixed. Mic is good for now. It's been in and out, so it is so frustrating. But I appreciate you guys so much. I love each and every one of you. Hope you're having amazing news today, or amazing day. Great news. So, 62 laps to go.
Here in the Quaker State 400 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ty Gibbs, a non-winner on the Cup circuit, leads right now, battling for second behind him. It's Bubba Wallace and Ross Chastain.
And add Alex Bowman into that conversation. Ty Gibbs, though, the leader, winless, but is a playoff driver. Would love to have his big moment right here. He's pulling Bubba Wallace here as single file. Then it's 2 wide, Chastain and Bowman.
Ty Gibbs up front. Then it's Bubba Wallace, Chastain, and Bowman followed by Byron is in the mix. Kyle Busch really starting to try to work the outside groove down here to pick up some spots to the front.
He gets to the outside of William Byron. No, Byron cuts him off just a bit there. Single file now. Here's Kyle Busch again trying to drive to the outside of the Byron machine as they fight for fourth.
But Busch is doing anything he can. He's been going low, high, anywhere to find air and room, as it looks like Kyle Busch, the most aggressive car in the top 10 right now.
And he's making it work to the outside of William Byron. He goes now. He's going to try to get to the bumper of Ross Chastain. He uses the outside, or the middle of the racetrack, I should say. Side by side with Bowman, he'll race, or with Byron, he'll race all four.
Kyle Busch has no help out there on that outside groove. He leads Byron, but they're still basically side by side back into one.
And look at Christopher Bell entering the top 10, 3 wide with Alex Bowman in the middle and Michael McDowell up top. They're just behind that Kyle Busch and William Byron battle there in the mid-pack.
Bubba Wallace has got the lead right now as we work into turn number 3. Back one spot. That's where you find Ty Gibbs. Back another spot to Ross Chastain. Then it's side by side with William Byron and Kyle Busch.
We're about to complete lap 260 to go now in the Quaker State 400 at Atlanta. Again, Ty Gibbs leads the train back to 1.
Well, Ty Gibbs has just fallen back to second as Bubba Wallace, and he got into a scrape here on the last lap. Bubba Wallace in the lead, Gibbs in second, Chastain in the third spot with the lap car of Hunter Nemechek ahead.
Kyle Busch about to give Chastain a big shove. Hope he's ready for it. He backs off now just a little bit. He's up there in the high side of the racetrack, runs in that 4th spot alongside Willie B.
Just 59 laps left to go. It's still Ty Gibbs, or Bubba Wallace on the point. Ty Gibbs second, Chastain, then William Byron, and in 5th is going to be McDowell.
It's a decisive moment here. John Hunter Nemechek in the low racing groove where most of the field is. Bubba Wallace, a fellow Toyota, the leader. Ty Gibbs goes to his outside as Nemechek pulls to the apron.
Bubba Wallace moves by the lap car as well as the leaders. They all find their position up here in turns 3 and 4. Side-by-side battles as Nemechek gets well out of the way of the field.
Doug, during our pre-race show, we talked about 2 drivers that could be playoff spoilers, and right now Wallace is leading. Kyle Busch in the 5th spot. They are running well, and they have something to prove, even if they haven't made the playoff.
And Kyle Busch desperately wants to get a win this year and continue that 20-year win streak that he's got. Right now he doesn't have one, but he's in position maybe to do it today.
19 in a row after he broke the record. Richard
Welcome
Petty's
to the KimbroNator family.
A year ago would want to make it 20 this season. Here they are again working their way out of turn number 4. Kyle Busch has moved around not only William Byron but Chastain. Now he's driving inside of Ty Gibbs, fighting for the 2nd spot.
Driving like the champion he is. He is going around his former teammate Ty
like
Gibbs.
stole it,
Now he's in the tire tracks of Bubba Wallace here. They come down the back straightaway. Kyle Busch has gained 2 spots in the last couple of laps.
RCR has been on the march. They took the trophy yesterday. They'd love to challenge for it today. Here's Kyle Busch. He'll drop right in behind the leader, Bubba Wallace, as they come off of turn number 4.
Out of 4 down the front stretch. It's Bubba Wallace, the leader, a car length behind Kyle Busch. Then it's Ty Gibbs, William Byron. Chastain now challenging Byron for 4th.
Keep in mind that 1st and 3rd, Wallace and Gibbs have less fuel than the other cars in the lead pack. They stayed out last time. How does that play in here as Kyle Busch is full bore trying to get that lead from Wallace?
Trouble down the back stretch.
It looks like it's going to be the Martin Truex Jr. machine has hit the wall and off the pace. Other cars could be involved, but certainly the 19 of Truex.
Looks like Chris Buescher may have got a piece of that as well as we watch his car in turn 3 and 4. Don't see anybody else at the moment.
I believe might have been Alex Bowman back there. I saw a car as I look across the stripe. No, Bowman's okay. So we'll have to figure out who exactly was involved in that. We know it's Truex. We know Buescher. And we'll see if any other cars have been wounded in that incident. That is the 5th yellow flag in the Quaker State 400. And so we see, and I'm trying to, again, that is...
Mark, it looks like Harrison Burton got sideways. He slowed down, and then there was a chain reaction behind him that took a couple of cars down. I don't know that anybody's going to be knocked out of the race completely, but let's go down on pit road. Ryan Blaney also got a little bit of that. Brett McMillan.
Yeah, Chris Buescher's come to a stop in his pit stall. He told the team he's got right front damage. They're taking a look at it right now. They just came on the radio and said, we're done. Let's go to Brad Gillen.
Ooh. Here on my end of pit road, Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs did not pit during that last round of stops. Bubba was just told by Booty Barker, we are going to have to pit. What do you need? And Bubba says more downforce. That's something they can't give him on pit road, but his car is a little bit loose, so they're going to try and tighten him up this time around.
5th yellow of the day here in the Quaker State 400.
Joey Logano here from
160 laps, guys. 40 away from hitting our goal of 200 on the stream. I just updated the NFL scores and Major League Baseball scores above me. So if you're in here checking out those scores, check for your favorite teams in there and let us know in chat, who's your favorite driver? Who are you rooting to win? I know we've got some Busch fans. Elliott. I know there's some Elliott. Any Logano fans, 22s? Any 22s in chat? More likes on the stream, more people come in. Best way to support this stream, guys. Chase will make 4. Yeah, we can do it real quick. That's right. His name is Football Nation, Mario. The link is in chat. Drop in Mario's stream and say KimbroNator Raid. Drop Mario a like too, guys. Thank you for the sub there, my friend. Mario is streaming the Dallas Cowboys. I would really appreciate if you guys drop a raid, drop his channel, and do a like on his stream, and say KimbroNator Raid, but come right back here with me, guys. Falcons lost. Everybody drop the raid. KimbroNator Raid. Let's go. I'm still here, guys, so but drop in there. Thank you, guys.
Also parked on pit road. He was part of that 4-car melee on the back.
Mario is an awesome guy, guys. Thank y'all so much for dropping in on the
Ryan Blaney got a door ding on the side of his car, and they're still working on Shane Van Gisbergen, and he's already a lap down.
Yeah, be sure to subscribe to Mario as well. He's a great YouTuber.
Now sponsored by Dent Wizard. That's perfect.
Yeah, that may be their next commercial. You never know. All right, it looks like we're going to have some takers on pit road, and a couple of them are very predictable. Bubba Wallace and Ty Gibbs are going to have to come on. They did not pit the last time pit road was open, so they were going to be forced to have to come in onto pit lane. Let's go downstairs to Wendy.
Listening to Ross Chastain, they decided to stay out. He said he didn't want to take the chance of getting so much damage deep into the field. Also on pit road right now on my end, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. had just left. Brad Keselowski is getting 4 tires and fuel. And, of course, as I just mentioned, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. also taking tires. Brad Gilley.
Bubba Wallace came in, 4 tires in Sunoco for him. Just a splash of gas for Ty Gibbs only. And also looks like Denny Hamlin might have come in as part of the strategy to make sure they can go the whole way. Brett McMillan.
Christopher Bell came in and did a 4-tire change. Ryan Blaney came in, and they're looking at the damage on that car. The right rear bumper is also hanging off. So they're going to go around with some tape, try to put that thing back in place and get it all taped down. They've already taken 1 piece of tape around there. As you guys talked about, a big donut on the left side of the car, right at the driver's door. They're putting a big piece of tape. Well, they're trying to figure out how to put the tape on there. They're doing some work on that. They got a hole in the bumper in the right rear. I think the tape has probably covered that they brought around the right
duct
side.
tape don't fix it. I don't know what
will. On this car, trying to get it back to somewhat aerodynamic and get this car back towards the front and try to keep them on the lead lap.
For those waiting for a Denny Hamlin charge, he just took on 4 tires and filled up with fuel. So it's now or never for Denny now. We'll take a break, come right back to Atlanta.
All right, we're not going anywhere, guys. We're going to stay right with you here. We'll roll down It's been a minute. We're under caution. 51 to go. I'll scroll it through here so you guys get the rundown. Over there you see below the asterisk required to qualify on time, not eligible for points, and the pound sign denotes rookie. You can see Briscoe and Larson. They wrecked out. Niemancheck, Chris Buescher, SVG. Yeah, that Pablo, you're right. That when Larson blew his front run, he took a hard hit off the wall.
Crash involving Chris Buescher, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, and Shane Van Gisbergen. From Atlanta, this is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
I thought they were coming back. Still under caution, guys. Hey, we're still here. Drop them likes in. 165 likes on the stream. 166. Keep coming in with those likes. That's the best way to support the stream. It's free. Craft, Rowdy Nation, let's go, baby. Sorry about the mic quality. My Yeti mic decided to have a mind of its own today. So we will get that fixed by the next stream, guys. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's try our best to hit that goal of 200. That's the best way to support this stream. It's free. 200 likes is our goal. Let's make it by this end of these 50 laps. Kathy Steele, welcome to KimbroNator family.
Our Hunt Brothers Pizza leaderboard brought to you by Hunt Brothers Pizza, where we love racing and we love pizza. Find your next pizza at huntbrotherspizza.com or download the Hunt Brothers Pizza app.
So Kyle Busch is your new leader. William Byron second. Ross Chastain third. Chase Elliott fourth. Then it's McDowell fifth. Bowman sixth. Suarez is seventh. Eighth is Logano. LaJoy ninth. Todd Gilliland in 10th.
Tyler Reddick 11th. 12th to Austin Cindric. Zane Smith is 13th. 14th. Justin Haley. Noah Gregson 15th. Josh Berry 16th. Ty Gibbs rides 17th. Followed by Bubba Wallace, Austin Dillon, and Cody Ware rounds out the top 20.
Ryan Blaney will
go Cowboys.
Danny Hamlin is 26th. Martin Truex Jr. 33rd after that incident. And we're getting set to go back to green flag racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. When they flash through the Geico restart zone, see the green flag again. Easy for me to say. There will be only 49 laps to go.
Getting down to it here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. First
49, baby.
Races to decide the 2024 champion. Up front, it's a couple of guys that know what they're doing. It's Kyle Busch, a former two-time champ, along with William Byron. They come up through the gearbox. Kyle Busch down on the inside, trying to keep Byron pinned to the outside.
And they are going to put on quite a show here as the lap machine of Truex is just coming up to speed next to them and out of this race, or out of contention anyway. Kyle Busch, big push from Ross Chastain.
Yeah, drop a like on Rhino as well, guys. Like and subscribe to Rhino's stream too. He's another great streamer too, guys. Spread some love for the small streamers and everybody. Let's keep them up, guys. How many laps to go, bro? 47 to go.
Down the front stretch, it is Kyle Busch remaining the leader. Byron now on his back bumper with Chastain.
Busch, Byron, Chastain, Elliott, and Bowman. Watermelon Man.
William Byron is behind Busch. Now Busch has got a one-car lead that can control both lines.
William Byron is right there on the outside. Ross Chastain on the inside row number 2. Chase Elliott outside row number 3 with Alex Bowman down at the bottom of the racetrack. 3 wide behind him.
Top 5 cars, all Chevrolet. 4 wide down the front stretch now. LaJoy down on the inside to his outside. It's going to be Todd Gilliland. They hold that going into 1.
Now, unbelievable racing starting to unfold here as we see 3 wide for the 7th spot down low Logano. The middle is McDowell, and up high is Daniel Suarez.
Kyle Busch.
8's in chat for Kyle Busch fans.
Exactly what he's doing, and there is a lot of movement.
drop those eights.
2 rows of 3 wide, 4 wide into turn number 3. Make that 4 rows of 3 as they race off of turn 4.
Logano, McDowell, Suarez, 3 wide. Then it's Cindric, Gilliland, and Reddick, 3 wide right behind him as they go to turn number 1.
They are 2 and 3 wide all the way through the top 20. The aggression is on with 46 laps to go, but up front in single file, Kyle Busch all by himself controlling this train.
By a car length, that's where car number 8 is out in front of the field. Nobody able to get a run.
I'm sorry on 5. He wrecked out.
You've got both Hendrick teammates
G-Man number 8.
Chase Elliott and William Byron.
You've just got to wonder how long they can hold on at 3 wide. It's 3 wide, 4 rows deep. Joey Logano, Michael McDowell, and Suarez back there battling for 8.
Hard to believe that 3 wide even works here. The middle car usually loses ground, but not today in this race, as Michael McDowell is one of them. With Suarez to the outside, Logano to the inside, a battle for 6.
Looking at Joey Logano, he is the bottom lane of a 3 wide situation going into turn number 3. Michael McDowell, the meat in the sandwich in between he and Suarez as they try to sort it out. Tyler Reddick also there.
Need to document again. Hamlin is backed out of the lead pack. He's running 30th. Here's Kyle Busch leading the train again across the stretch, front stretch rather, with 44 to go.
And Kyle Busch is down low, trailed by Chastain, each winless this season to the outside.
22, Logano.
Months and would love to start the playoffs right.
Wow, it takes such skill to do what they're doing out there, but it only takes a slight bobble to send them all sideways. Right now, everybody doing a great job. Kyle Busch again, leading off turn 4.
2-time champ, the leader here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Row 2 is Chastain and William Byron. Row 3 is Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott.
And Chase Elliott gets right to Byron's bumper, pushes him into turn 1, and they stay together. But Byron does not advance past Ross Chastain, who is leading that inside line as Kyle Busch maintains a 1 car length lead.
Interesting, behind those first 3 rows, you see Ty Gibbs starting to go to work. He wants to get back to the front of this field. He's 3 wide with Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano. They stay 3 wide through turn 4.
Reddick now riding down the middle. Logano to his inside. Gilliland to the outside. Gilliland now gets a big punch from the back from Ty Gibbs.
And when he does that, he gets right into the rear bumper of Daniel Suarez. So Gilliland goes to the inside of Suarez. 3 wide in the middle. And how about the comeback for Ty Gibbs, who had just hit it for fuel?
Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, and his teammate there,
8.
Austin Cindric. Again, 3 wide. He races there with Noah.
Any watermelon fans in chat? 1 in chat for watermelon fans.
3 wide off the exit of 4. The first row that's 3 wide is Logano, Austin Dillon, and now getting into this is Noah Gregson.
Noah Gregson in the top 10.
Drop those likes on the stream too, guys. Those likes help boost this stream, so keep those likes coming in.
Kyle Busch still leading by car length here as people try to time their moves with 41 laps to go.
Ross Chastain in that second spot. William Byron to the outside of him. He's got help from Chase Elliott. Behind Chase Elliott, you've got the 38 of Todd Gilliland working to give him a push.
Also right there, as he has been all day long, Alex Bowman still in the fight. He's getting some drafting help now from Michael McDowell.
McDowell started on the pole and has come back through the pack. Look at this 3 wide move for Ty Gibbs up top, all the way on the high line, inches off the wall. Ty Gibbs with a tank full of fuel and fresh tires going to the front.
It just looks like you're watching a fuse burn. You just don't know when it's going to get to the end of it. Up front, Kyle Busch once again.
If Gibbs wins, you're going to be angry? Ollie?
To the outside, William Byron off 4.
Back behind them in rows 3 and 4, they are 3 wide once again. Looking at Michael McDowell, Todd Gilliland.
39 laps to go.
Daniel Suarez is leaning all over Cindric.
With 39 laps to go, drivers can't blink or the big one's going to go off here. They're trying to make it to the finish. The sun's in the rise in the turn 2. Kyle Busch is the leader. William Byron with a big run on the outside.
Midway there, you watch Joey Logano. He's in a tight battle, a 3 wide battle. 3 wide in front of him as well. Daniel Suarez, Austin Cindric, up in front of Tyler Reddick and Todd Gilliland.
They say this racetrack doesn't race like Daytona and Talladega. Well, guess what? That's what it looks like right now. One big, snarling pack of cars heading back to turn number 1 with 38 laps to go.
With nowhere to go if anybody makes a mistake, and we've seen that today. Todd Gilliland, the youngster, takes it 3 wide with his teammate McDowell.
You guys, if you get 1,000 people in here, over 200 likes, I'll do a dance for y'all. So let's keep that like coming in. Get 1,000, I'll dance for you.
Help from Austin Dillon, but that is definitely a car on the move if he can just wedge his way in.
Up toward the front, Chase Elliott just gave his teammate William Byron a shove.
Welcome,
that let
David.
Byron pull up alongside Kyle Busch. On Kyle Busch's rear deck lid is Chastain.
No longer is Busch in control of the race. It's too wide for the lead. Byron up top. Busch by nose ahead.
Welcome, Frank.
Busch is not going to close him off exiting turn 2.
William Byron has got the push. He's got the position. If Chase Elliott can get to his bumper quick enough, he can shove him up there to battle with Kyle Busch. Just barely does get that done. Going to be side by side with Kyle Busch with the advantage off 4.
Down on the bottom, the third car in line is Alex Bowman. He's pushing on Chastain. Chastain pushing on the leader Kyle Busch as they cross.
I'll do a hot dog dance. And if y'all break 5,000 on the subs today, I'll have my wife pour a bucket of water on me.
Get around cars. Now Daniel Suarez is to his inside. Tyler Reddick below, back in the top 10.
2 by 2 now. There is one row of 3 as we
go
get into turn number 3. Up front, no change. Kyle Busch out front. Ross Chastain on the bottom. William Byron to the outside, second and third.
Kyle Busch now the lone leader. It's 2 by 2.
Baby.
With Chastain and William Byron, Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman, and the 2 front row motorsports cars.
This is not a track where you can tandem or bump draft. These cars are about a quarter of a car length apart.
Out 200, 646 live. A little bit more.
Kyle Busch still leading.
Ty Gibbs doing all he can about in that 5th, about the 7th spot there, working to the outside, 3 wide behind Gibbs. Gibbs in the middle, trying to make a move here to get up and shove, to shove out the 9 car.
So far, Kyle Busch somehow, some way has been able to hold off this pack as they cross.
34 laps to go. Kyle Busch still leading.
All the way back to 20th.
And William Byron fades to his outside again there as he's leading the outside line. Ty Gibbs leading Daniel Suarez for about the 8th spot, way up high.
So it's Kyle Busch up front, the first row right behind him, Ross Chastain with William Byron, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman. Then you've got a 3-wide battle with the front row teammates and Ty Gibbs up on the high side of the racetrack.
Ty Gibbs has loved the high side of the racetrack. That's where he is right now, to his inside.
That's a little taste.
It's the 2 front row cars. It's McDowell and Gilliland, and they go 3 wide back to 1.
And they are making it stick here as the sun goes down. A lot of these cars are. Chase Elliott, 6th spot, 3 wide in the middle. With
awesome, Richard.
Alex Bowman down low, and Gibbs is right behind William Byron in 2nd.
3-wide battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Chase Elliott in there giving the Georgia fans a thrill this afternoon. He's the meat in the sandwich with Bowman down at the bottom and Ty Gibbs to the outside.
Again, as they come off of turn number 4, 2, then 3 wide, 3 wide, 2 wide, 3 wide. But Busch remains the leader.
2 weeks ago, Kyle Busch had the race in control of Daytona, lost it at the end. He's trying to make it happen here today with Ross Chastain pushing it from behind.
We need
up top at the 2nd spot.
100 subs, 106 subs. Let's do it.
They're working hard there in that 8th, 9th, and 10th spot. Alex Bowman at the bottom here with his teammate Chase Elliott. Ty Gibbs to the top side. Just a battle anywhere you look in that top 15 cars.
3 wide, 2 rows deep here now. It's Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott, Ty Gibbs. Then the 2 front row motorsports cars. Daniel Suarez is back up in the top 10.
And the more they stay 2 or 3 wide, the less.
Any Suarez fans in chat? 99 in chat.
Up front, it's Kyle Busch, half a car length lead.
We got a bunch of guys up there that are looking for those points at the end of this thing and would love to win this race. Nobody giving an inch up front. Alex Bowman, he'll now pull to the bottom of the racetrack, try to make a move on Chase Elliott.
6 Chevys, 3 Fords, and the lone Toyota of Ty Gibbs in the top 10. 30 laps to go. Alex Bowman hits the back bumper of Ross Chastain. Chastain out of shape, but reels it back in.
And Kyle Busch right in front of them, leading that bottom line as it's now 2 and 3 wide just behind them. William Byron up high. Bowman
top 5 is all Chevy.
Byron with no real help on the outside here. The bottom lane is what Kyle Busch is protecting, as is Ross Chastain right behind him with Alex Bowman in the middle of it, and William Byron working the outside lane.
30 laps to go here in the 3rd and final stage of the Quaker State 400. The top 5, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, William Byron, Alex Bowman, and Chase Elliott.
Progressive knows.
I'll roll through this here so you can see where your favorite driver's at. Danny's in 30th for all the Danny Hamlin fans. 27 laps to go. $214 likes. 697, 300 more. I'll do a dance for you guys. I can't dance, but I'll do a dance for you.
28 laps to go here at Atlanta. Kyle Busch leads, and now William Byron actually took it away for a brief second as he rocketed to the front. Then it's Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, Ross Chastain, and Daniel Suarez. From Atlanta, this is PRN, the performance.
John, you're calling caution on lap 20? 6 more to go. Let's see what happens. Anything can happen. Statistically, Chevy wins most drafting races. Show 25 laps to go. Noah, let's go, baby.
Best golf shoes I've ever worn. I am tradition.
Oh, I thought it was back off commercial. Ty Gibbs, Daniel Suarez is in second now, guys. Look at that. 3 more to hit 4,900 subs. Then 100 more to hit 5,000. When we hit 5,000, hit it on a stream, I will have a bucket of water poured on my head. Gibbs in the Toyota. His granddad is Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs Racing was a head football coach for a number of years in NFL.
Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. 24 laps to go now in the Quaker State 400. Ty Gibbs leads Kyle Busch right now. Ty Gibbs is good on fuel to be aggressive and go the rest of the way. Kyle Busch, who was leading this race, is not on the same fuel strategy. He's been in a bit of a saving mode. He just radioed up to ask crew chief Randall Burnett, can we go now? His spotter, Derek Nealon, said, just don't lose track position. They didn't tell him to go, but they told him not to lose track position.
Field comes back to the line. Ty Gibbs, the leader. We're going commercial free to the checkers, brought to you by Toyota. For the latest Toyota racing information, visit ToyotaRacing.com. Young man that's never won a race, Mark. He's leading here now with 23 to go, and we're talking about Ty Gibbs, and he is a playoff driver, so an upset win of sorts here today means that he gets to stay in the playoffs through another round.
I wonder how many people had Ty Gibbs on the bingo card when this race started today, but he is out front.
Bingo.
As they flash across the stripe, there's going to be just 22 laps to go.
And the Trackhouse 99.
Two of the combatants up front are also 2 of the 3 that fought back to the start-finish line here in February, and that is Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez loves this place. He always runs well here.
Are you trying to tell me that we're going to have a deja vu photo? We've
seen a lot of 3 wide here today. That's all I'm saying at this point. As they come back to the stripe, it's Ty Gibbs on the lead. The second row,
you got to watch it here with me.
And Daniel Suarez.
Blake,
and then Joey Logano.
And I don't have commercials here. I'll try to keep it live with you the whole time.
Or maybe maintaining mode is in that second position behind the leader, Ty Gibbs, with Suarez to the outside. The other driver in that 3-wide finish was Ryan Blaney, who pitted for damage. He's working his way through the pack.
Ty Gibbs has that lead, 2 by 2 by 2. Those next 3 to 5 rows as they work into turn
2
number
and
3.
3 wide.
Outside there for that third spot is Daniel Suarez, right beside Kyle Busch.
There's now just 20 laps to go here at Atlanta. Ty Gibbs trying to hold off Kyle Busch.
To go.
Daniel Suarez, along with Joey Logano.
Let's see if you're right, John.
And Kyle Busch looks to the inside there.
Make it through 20.
Just half a lane, maybe a quarter of a lane higher than Busch to control that bottom line. Nobody able to catch up to the youngster Ty Gibbs now.
Daniel Suarez to the outside there in that third spot. He's locked in a battle with William Byron. Then there's Joey Logano right beside Ross Chastain. Chase Elliott still in the mix here, right behind that group.
With 19 laps to go, might be a little bit early to show your cards. Ty Gibbs' lead being challenged here by Kyle Busch back to 1.
And Daniel Suarez to the outside of Kyle Busch. Busch had pulled up to the tailgate of Ty Gibbs, had to back off, entering the turn there. Looked like he was going for the lead, but had to get out of it, Pat Patterson.
Side by side is where they run now. Kyle Busch once again holding on into that second spot battle with Daniel Suarez. Joey Logano right there on the top side.
Subs coming in.
Let me add another name to the list of drivers who could be a spoiler.
Welcome, Christopher.
on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's gone from 18th to 8th in the last 6 laps.
Thank you for coming in here. Mixed bag of donuts. Love your name. 4,900.
Outside the top 10 now is Ricky Stenhouse trying to get
49.05. 95 go. We'll do a water bucket on my head.
Trying to maneuver now. He's to the outside. He's got Alex Bowman right behind him as they work the high side of the racetrack off turn 3.
Stenhouse is being scored 8th at the moment, but he is only a half a second back from the leader. That tells you how tight this pack is.
And right next to Stenhouse there, you see the machine. It looks like a Todd Gilliland who just gave a little bit of a shot to Ross Chastain. At turn number 2, they pull out. Ty Gibbs still in control of the field in the backstretch.
Right behind them, you find the guys that are racing it. Tyler Reddick is back there. Ryan Blaney, who led some of this race earlier today, he's in a battle with Alex Bowman. Christopher Bell is there with Austin Cindric.
Ty Gibbs will have to lead 16 laps more to grab the checkered flag across the stripe. He's single filed, everybody else behind him 2 by 2.
He's got Kyle Busch and Daniel Suarez.
15 laps to go. 15 to go.
Damage number 12 that started near the front is mid-pack just outside the top 10. He just went 3 wide with Stenhouse on the back of Chase Elliott now.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything less from these Penske cars. They know it's time to go, and that's what they're trying to do. Work their way to the front, but it's Ty Gibbs out front all 4.
15 laps to go. Christopher Bell made a big move to the outside, now diving down to the inside. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to push Alex Bowman to the front. That's a battle for 7th.
Can't push it too hard into turn 1 or they'll lose control, and they back off just a bit. Stenhouse now 3 wide with Gilliland and Blaney up high back in the top 10. Ty Gibbs still your leader.
By 4 car lengths, that's how much Gibbs leads. Kyle Busch right beside Daniel Suarez. No change as there. Here comes Alex Bowman, though. He'll drive right to the bottom of the racetrack, take Ross Chastain and Chase Elliott 3 wide off 4.
Down to the stripe.
We got Gibbs, Suarez, Busch, Logano, Byron. Top 5 right now.
For someone to make a move. No one making those mistakes now. So top 5 cars have about 5 car lengths on the rest of the field. Outside
Dan.
The top, it's 3 wide. Bowman down low. Then Chastain and Elliott.
Thank you for sub there, Dan. How are you doing?
Ross Chastain working hard. Alex Bowman working the bottom of the racetrack. Chase Elliott up on the top side. They've been 3 wide through this corner.
12 to go. 12 laps to go.
Do it again this lap, all 4.
They stay 3 wide down the front stretch. Once again, it's Ty Gibbs in the lead. We need to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is PRN.
Why do you have to do that? You were supposed to stay live. You said commercial free. I'm staying here with you, ladies and gentlemen.
Big Ty Gibbs. By Austin Cindric. He jumps from 15th to 12th. He goes down to the lead pack. Now drawing alongside the leader.
Suarez. 99 in chat.
12 laps to go. Nearly a dead heat at the line. It is Suarez leading that last lap by 0.02 of a second.
But Gibbs charges to the bottom. They are neck and neck in the shade in turn number 2. Suarez up high. Gibbs down low. Suarez trying to repeat here at Atlanta.
The guy you got to keep your eye on.
They do require it.
Racing number 22.
10 to go.
He's got him right where he wants him right now, but can he stay up close to these 2 and make a move? He charges off 4.
Side by side, it's Gibbs and the Chevrolet of Daniel Suarez to his outside. Joey Logano gives Suarez a shove. Meanwhile, in the mix here is also Kyle Busch.
He's knocking on the door. Kyle Busch looked to the middle, pulled back down behind Ty Gibbs, trying to push him in line here as Daniel Suarez is eating.
Oh, we will have a caution. I see it. A Walmart. A Walmart sign went into the track.
The side of the fence, if you can believe this, and onto the racetrack. A blue banner is sitting in the middle of the racetrack, and that will bring the action to a halt.
So that's our caution flag number 6 on the day. A little unorthodox in the way they were racing there. As Pat Patterson said, we can see the banner being kicked up here. I feel sorry for whoever the sponsor is because it's flipped over with the advertising side facing down.
Probably.
No, I got to see the banner. It's a Walmart banner. They're a sponsor of the race.
And we're back to racing.
You know how many people are going to come on the pit road?
That would be 0.
From the guys up front, nobody's giving an inch in this thing now, especially the guys that feel they can challenge to win. Daniel Suarez, wow. Would it not be something for him to win, or Gibbs to get his first career win? He's still in the fight, and Kyle Busch, again, trying to extend that streak to 20 years of winning a race, at least one in each season. All kinds of storylines up and down the racetrack. But, Doug, one thing I keep going back to, Denny Hamlin had something. I don't know how that happened. When he had qualified yesterday, they couldn't diagnose a complete engine problem, so they changed the wires. I got a feeling Denny Hamlin just can't do anything because he doesn't have the engine to do it.
He's been back there battling with the likes of J.J. Yaley for most of this race. Let's get our Weather Guard top of the box report with Brad Gilley.
Chris Gale is the crew chief for Ty Gibbs, and you guys have a really strong race car, and you also have a lot of fuel in it. What is the plan for the rest of this one?
Stay up front, right? Run hard. We know those guys are close on fuel. We knew they were saving fuel.
Guys, I said 1,000. If we can at least bring 900, I'll do it.
Need to save more, get more fuel. They were going to be in the spot where they're counting on cautions to make it, so we were going to go hard, right? And that's what Ty was able to do, make it 3 wide, run hard. Those guys were saving fuel and get around all of them. So he's done a great job. We've had a fast car. We just need to keep it up front now. It's going to come down to typical kind of speedway racing, picking the right lane, blocking the runs, don't have to worry about fuel. So kind of leave it all out there now.
You guys had to start from the back. What can you say about your driver?
Yeah, he's done a great job, right? I think we've gone forward all day, right? So I think that's all you can ask. He's done a great job. We've gotten some stage points, albeit not as much as we wanted, but from starting from the back, we probably didn't think we'd get any, so we're in good shape.
All right, there's Chris Gale, the crew chief for Ty Gibbs.
All right, thanks a lot, Brad Gilley. That's our Weather Guard top of the box. Race fans know that there's no letting up, even when you're leading the field, and the front runner in truck boxes knows this too. So when it comes to durability, security, and innovation, the folks at Weather Guard aren't taking their foot off the gas anytime soon. Learn more at weatherguard.com. We're going to be in single digits of laps remaining when we turn them loose again here, Mark.
We are setting up for a whale of a finish here in the Quaker State 400. Ty Gibbs has done a great job all day long, Doug, and he certainly has showed his moxie late in this race with tires and fuel. Again, as his crew chief, Chris Gale, talked about making it 3 wide and making his way up to the front. He's had races this year, Doug, where he nearly won his first victory, was second at Darlington, third at Phoenix, Coda, and Michigan. He's been knocking at the door. Maybe this is the day he kicks it in.
Let's go back down to Wendy Venturini.
Brad Keselowski will be the first car to take advantage of this late caution. It's going to be 4 tires and Sunoco fuel. Brad Gilley.
On my end, Josh Berry comes in. He's actually getting a 4-tire change as well. Rodney Childers will top him off with Sunoco race fuel. Brett McMillan.
All right, Randall LaJoy has come in. He's got 4 right side tires.
That's the side that they
change in Sunoco fuel.
They're actually taking down the rest of the
He got right side tires.
All right, thanks a lot for those reports. We've only got 8 laps to go. It'll be 7 next time by. And NASCAR has 2 safety vehicles out on the front kink of the double dog leg here. Now they've finally retrieved the banner or the sign that came off, and they're going to have to haul that off of the racetrack. I'm surprised that it's taken that long.
Richard, you want to see that water on my head, don't you?
I think they might have been taking another one off the wall that was a little bit loose, so that would not happen again here in the closing laps.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
We're going to have it probably 6 laps to go when they turn the field loose to get started. The wrecker pulls away, and it looks like those other safety vehicles will head back to the garage here. And you're right, Mark, they were tearing down another sign because I don't think they wanted that to be repeated either.
Man. What a crazy turn of events here.
No, I'm not doing
it. The Quaker State 400. We have seen a great race today. If you joined us, Ryan Blaney, the Stage 1 winner. Austin Cindric dominates Stage number 2. And here we are in single digits, maybe getting the final restart in the Quaker State 400.
I think we've got time to take the folks through the field here with 7 laps to go when the pace car comes back. Daniel Suarez is the race leader. Ty Gibbs is second. Kyle Busch third. Joey Logano fourth. Ross Chastain fifth. Sixth to William Byron. Ryan Blaney is seventh. Eighth, Christopher Bell. Ninth, Tyler Reddick. And 10th belongs to Chase Elliott.
Bubba Wallace is in the 11th spot. 12th is Austin Cindric. Alex Bowman 13th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 14th. 14th. Then it's Michael McDowell 15th, 16th, Justin Haley, Daniel Hemrick 17th, 18th, Ryan Preece, Harrison Burton 19th, 20th, Carson Hocevar.
21st is going to be Cody Ware, Denny Hamlin 22nd. I think that's the best track position he's had all day long. Todd Gilliland 23rd, 24th is going to be Austin Dillon. Brad Keselowski, who just pitted and got tires, is 25th. Corey 26th, Noah Gregson 27th, 28th to Josh Berry, Zane Smith 29th, J.J. Yaley 30th.
And then in 31st, B.J. McLeod, Eric Jones 32nd. Then in 33rd, the first car laps down, Shane Van Gisbergen, he's -3. John Hunter Nemechek -4 in 34th. Martin Truex Jr. -10 in 35th. Chris Buescher is out. He will finish today 36th. Kyle Larson crashed early, took Chase Briscoe with him. So Larson winds up 37th today and Briscoe 38th.
We've had 13 different leaders today, 22 lead changes, and just a half dozen cautions for 36 laps.
The lap leader, Austin Cindric, 92. Ty Gibbs, 36. Ryan Blaney, 33. Michael McDowell, 31. Kyle Busch, 24.
We'll see how all of this shakes out. Maybe the biggest thing that happened today was early on when we saw Kyle Larson crash right before the tire went down. He was out. So, Mark, I hate to put it in this parlance, but he might have used up his mulligan for the playoffs, even though he had the most playoff points.
Hey, I like that, Donovan.
Next to nothing for this race.
Walmart owes 3 laps.
Points. He will use up just about all of that.
Their primary sponsor
race today. By the way, since the beginning of the race, the driver who's up the most, Ty Gibbs. 32 spots. He's currently running in the second spot with a chance to win.
So we'll see how all of this shakes out.
Who's going to win, guys? Let us know in chat. Who is going to win this race? 6 to go.
Remaining. So
don't forget, drop those likes on the stream. Of course, subscribe if you're new here. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for clicking
and I would not be shocked
and watching it.
Maybe that was multiple OTs.
It has been an awesome day today, Sunday. Great day. Hope you're having an amazing day.
What did we see at Nashville? 5 overtimes. I think it was a NASCAR record.
Yes, it was. Are you thinking we're going to see another NASCAR?
I don't think we're going to have 5, but I would not be surprised. There wasn't a little bit of extra inning baseball.
You just got
today.
The evil eye from our director, Laura Beth.
All right. Everybody is anticipating the finish of this one. Pat Patterson, it's been a heck of a race here so far. I don't know that I've ever seen this much 3 wide outside of Daytona, Talladega.
Man, it has been outstanding.
Welcome to the
and all these
KimbroNator
fans
family.
are on their feet. I mean, they're ready to see what's going to happen. Like Michael Chick used to say, that's like pouring kerosene on a forest fire. Just what we're going to see in the next 5 laps. Everybody's on their feet. They can't wait to see how this is going to turn out here in Atlanta. Here comes the pace car. Daniel Suarez is up there. Ty Gibbs is up there. Joey Logano ready to go. And Kyle Busch as we head to the Geico restart zone.
5 laps to go. Daniel Suarez, Ty Gibbs make up row 1. Green flag is in the air. Suarez gets a great jump. He will take the lead. Side by side in that second row is going to be Ty Gibbs and Joey Logano.
But now Kyle Busch gives Ty Gibbs a big push on the bottom line. Gibbs surging to the lead. Busch behind the veteran looking for his first win of the year. Gibbs looking for his first career win here as the laps wind down at A&S.
Ty Gibbs got a great start, but now he's going to get a great big challenge from Daniel Suarez. He drives.
Joey Logano's making a move.
They're going to be side by side if they come off of 4. Kyle Busch is in the mix with them.
They rumble back to the start-finish line. Kyle Busch makes it 3 wide on the inside. There are just 4 laps to go on this race. Gibbs clings to the lead.
Go, baby.
Pictures of what we saw in February. They're 3 wide for second. Kyle Busch down low. Daniel
Look at them 3 wide. 3 by 3 by 3.
Ty Gibbs trying to drive away.
Logano's got the run on the outside of 3 wide. Kyle Busch on the bottom. Suarez in the middle. Logano to the outside.
Hey,
now.
3's in chat for Dale Earnhardt Sr.
About 3 in the middle.
3 wide.
Here comes the 99 on the inside.
3 laps to go there. 3 wide for the lead. Ty Gibbs on the inside. Suarez in the middle. Surging to the point right now. Joey Logano on the outside.
Who's going to take it?
Ryan Blaney, who almost won.
Logano. 22's in chat.
Daniel Suarez with a nose ahead.
Suarez got himself into the playoffs here, and maybe he can launch himself into the second round right now as he battles Logano. Logano to the outside.
He's
got the board. High, wide, right-handed hands. I'm trying to hold on. They're door to door off of turn 4.
Suarez on the bottom. Now
on the go, CeeLo.
Driver's door. 2 laps to go in Atlanta.
How are you doing? Enjoying your cruise. Welcome. Just in time, CeeLo.
Brian Blaney pushing Joey Logano. It's Suarez and Logano 2 wide for the lead. Who's going to pull ahead? They are neck and neck in the back.
Logano, Suarez, Blaney.
White flag first might be the big question here.
Trouble in turn 3. A car head on into the inside wall.
We have another caution.
That is actually Noah Gregson. Noah Gregson.
Noah.
On the backstretch. Good call, Doug, as he gets his car now righted and gets it over.
CeeLo is in chat, guys. How are you doing, CeeLo? Hope you're having an amazing cruise, man.
They crossed the stripe.
Thank you for stopping in.
And what would have been the white flag, we are now going to a green-white checkered flag finish.
Not surprising at all, but it was kind of surprising that the crash happened.
900 concurrent guys in chat.
I
told you I'd give you a dance.
Racing,
I can't dance.
Amazing, Mark. We could be setting up for another 3
I can't get all myself in the. I'm on the wall here.
But we've seen it all day long. We could
Let's
very
go.
easily.
Let's go, CeeLo.
Kind of
CeeLo's on a cruise. CeeLo's been dancing it up.
We thought, no way that works, but somehow they
You got your legs underneath you, CeeLo.
Mid-pack. Somehow, Noah Gregson, I think he made a little contact with
Let's go, guys. Sorry about the mic. I'll get the mic fixed next stream. I'm on this stinking little headset mic.
Come spurting out of there and into the fence.
We got CeeLo in chat. We got all you guys in chat. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping in this stream today. You guys made it an awesome stream. Those likes, 254. Keep those lights coming in. Just for Clay.
That folks can get, and the fact that on this track you're seeing it 3 wide coming back to the start-finish line.
Little dance, dance a little jig, right?
What is amazing for me, Mark, is that they can actually run laps like that, and it's not a crash every time around.
Here we go.
It just shows you how special these NASCAR Cup Series drivers are, because we have seen consistently 3 wide. We saw 4 wide, and somehow
we have an overtime.
Enough room to squeeze 4 cars inside this racetrack around the corners, and they were able to do it. And again, just amazing race drivers. It's why, Doug, I think this motorsports, this version of motorsports is the best in the world. I think we have the best drivers, and man,
that stinks, man.
I love watching racing here. I like calling.
Thank you for stopping in, CeeLo. Hope you're having an amazing trip, man.
There's the anticipation of something happening. Mark, I'm looking at the top 10 here.
260, 40 away from 300, guys.
He kind of got shuffled out of line, and the next thing I know, he's out of the draft, and he dropped all the way back to 9th.
Kyle Busch also
kind of hard to do these head dances. You know how I can do that.
A big push going into turn number 1. He was able to kind of squirt out to the lead, but that cost Kyle his momentum.
Oh man!
Somewhere like that, you bounce back, they bounce forward, and that was a tough break for Kyle Busch.
Good to see that Noah Gregson.
Good to see each and every one of you here today.
Obligatory ride to the infield care center.
More videos to come. That's right. CeeLo.
We go back to the first
261 on the likes, guys.
Joey Logano and Daniel Suarez, 3rd and 4th, Blaney and Chastain. Then Chase.
We're gonna dance it up the rest of the race here, guys.
Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, and Kyle Busch making up the top 10.
Have we talked about Christopher Bell at all this afternoon?
Not much,
He has kept his
I can act like I'm running, though. Does this look like I'm dancing?
At the points scored in the first 2 stages, he was not in the top 10 there, and yet here he is, challenging up front for the lead and perhaps the win.
Only 3 non-playoff drivers in the top 10 right now. The lead one is Ross Chastain. He's been in the top 4 or 5 all day long. Hasn't led that many laps, but he has been in the mix. Bubba Wallace is being scored 7th now, and Kyle Busch is 10th. So 3 of the top 10 drivers, non-playoff drivers.
I love the energy in chat, too. You guys are amazing.
Drivers can win.
I'm skiing? Hey, I can do that. I've never been skiing.
A chance to lock themselves automatically into round 2 in the round of 12.
And that just makes things a little more interesting, heading for Watkins Glen and the cutoff race at Bristol.
And we look forward to that. Motor Racing Network will have all the coverage from the Watkins Glen Speedway. Always an entertaining race there. And then the PRN crew will head up to Thunder Valley Bristol Motor Speedway for the Bass Pro Shops night race there at BMS. And that's always a lot of fun as NASCAR continuing their cleanup here. Hopefully they can get things straightened up and we can get back to racing here pretty quick. Don't need the lights
almost
yet.
300 likes.
Before we'd have to
you guys rock
and
roll.
Certainly Certainly, there are a number of teams.
This is what CeeLo's doing.
To get this thing restarted quickly.
He's been doing it on the cruise every night.
We've had a lot of yellow flags here in the third and final stage.
He probably gets down low. Get down low for CeeLo.
But at some point, you're going to be good to the last drop at some point. So we'll have to see how that turns out and what some of these teams are thinking.
All right, let's go over to Doug Turnbull.
Speaking of that fuel saving that Mark Garrow was just talking about, as the leaders came by, it's hard to tell from up here, but it sounded like Joey Logano was cutting.
Next time, give Danny a better car. Yeah, Danny has been out of the picture all day.
I guess we're already close to being in the second one right here. So Joey Logano's been doing that.
You got 350 on Joey.
Overtime finish.
Let's root for shorts.
Fuel out of that number 22 car, and his last win before that.
Joey for the win.
That's the smart play, and I just feel like it. We mentioned this earlier that
it is an odd one for
the fuel game has become so important this year.
What's all going on with him, but we will find out on his podcast this week.
Saving fuel to get that last pit stop, so you pick up spots on pit road. It took a little while for me to figure out.
We have
exactly
a Dallas TD,
but that's become
the new Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
We've got to save fuel.
Cowboys
spend much time on pit road.
On that.
And Doug, this is a track position game, right? I mean, it is so hard. These teams are so equal. It's so hard to pass. You have to try to use everything in the toolbox to get it done. And fuel mileage, as you've talked about, is one of the big things that they've been harping on this season.
And it's so much easier to make up time on pit road than it is out on the racetrack.
Blaney's in the mix there. He's right there.
How many laps does that take you to make up 10 spots when you come out onto the racetrack? You may never get there. So we're going to at least go to one overtime. We're forecasting 266 laps. The race was scheduled for 260.
One overtime.
And it looks like the track is just about clear. It looks like they're going to give the signal for one to go this time.
One to go, baby. One to go.
Go back down to Brad Gilley.
Well, Doug, they're coming to the choose right now. Chase Elliott is sitting back there in that fifth spot. They're trying to decide where they want to restart. He was told by Alan
Chastain's in 4.
This race is going to be one on the bottom unless someone on the top runs out of fuel.
He's there.
Chase Elliott going to the top behind Suarez and Chastain.
So it is Logano inside row 1, Suarez to his outside. Blaney, Chastain, row number 2, inside row 3, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott outside. Then it is Bowman in row 4 to the inside of Bubba Wallace.
Looking back in the back of the pack here, Brad Keselowski will restart 25th, Denny Hamlin 22nd. Why is that important? Because those are playoff drivers. Martin Truex Jr., disastrous day. He's minus 10 laps. Looks like he's probably going to finish 35th in today's race. So a couple of playoff players, 3 to be exact, horrible days. Briscoe will finish last, Kyle Larson next to last, and Martin Truex Jr. is going to be back in 35th at the end of the day. So their playoff hopes take a big hit right off the button.
Boy, no telling how this is.
All right, we have a green.
Shake things
They're
out
under the green. Here we go, guys. Let's go boogity boogity boogity.
Pat Patterson.
Yeah, watching them slowly get into turn number 3 here. Daniel Suarez, that Quaker State car, sponsor of the race today. He's on the outside of that front row. Joey Logano's right there behind them. Ryan Blaney and Ross Chastain. Chris Bell is up there. Chase
Suarez.
And we get ready for that the Chevrolet pace car to come up here and make a left-hand turn. All the fans are on their feet. Why not? It is the playoffs, and it's overtime. Here we go.
So it's a green, white, checkered flag finish.
Green, white, checkered.
As they go into the Geico restart zone, green flag is out. Logano, Suarez, 2 by 2. They head to turn number 1, door to door.
And Logano,
Suarez, take it.
Big push from his teammate Blaney. Then it's Chevrolets of Suarez and Chastain up top.
I don't know, CeeLo.
They're glued to each other down the back straightaway here, second to last time.
Side by side.
And we have
into turn 3. Logano on the bottom of the racetrack. Suarez on the outside. Everybody pushing as hard as they can. Chastain's car drifts up the racetrack. Here they come back to get the white flag.
Daniel Suarez on the outside of Joey Logano, but doesn't have a companion with him. It's Logano and Blaney trying to break away now.
He pushes Joey Logano into turn number 1, but has nowhere to go to get around him because Suarez
did jump it.
Logano by himself out front for the final time.
They gave the checker. There was a wreck.
22, Joey Logano into turn 3. Ross Chastain goes up, almost hits the wall. Here comes Logano off turn number 4.
Daniel Suarez trying to fight back on the outside as Bubba Wallace smashes the wall. Here is Logano now across the stripe. He will win the Quaker State 400.
Logano won it.
into round 2 of the Cup Series playoff as
They're going to award it to Logano.
7 cars are spun and crashed here along the front straightaway.
Bubba Wallace
Right
is in
there,
this one.
right
Harrison
there.
Burton was in the middle
They're
of this
saying
one.
Logano won.
Cars got turned back here on the backstretch, Mark, and unfortunately for them, a couple of them playoff cars that got knocked out.
Harrison Burton took a big hit there. He was a playoff car, and
22's
Cody
in chat.
Ware also was involved in that. Bubba Wallace heavily damaged on his 23 machine, but Joey Logano and Blaney were able to break away on their own. And Mark, the big thing that happened there, Ross Chastain lost contact with Daniel Suarez coming out of turn 4, and once that happened, you knew Suarez was done.
And the fact that Ryan Blaney took the nose of his car, put it on the
That
back
was an
bumper
awesome
of Joey
race,
Logano,
guys.
and slingshotted him up to the front, in front of Suarez as they took the white flag. And Team Penske teamed up to get
Larson,
Joey
CeeLo,
Logano
he blew out his right front and basically went head on in the wall, wrecked out early in the race.
Guaranteed to make it to
Larson
the next round
wrecked
of
out
the
in the first
playoffs.
stage.
He is locked and loaded and ready to go. Ryan Blaney finishes second today. Really good day for the Penske crew with Austin Cindric coming home in 10th, Mark. So Team Penske did not hurt their chances of advancing to round 2.
Doug, you look at points earned today. Blaney, 54. Bowman, 48. Logano, 47. Cindric, 46. Suarez doesn't win, Doug, but he scores 41 points. William Byron, 37. Chase Elliott scores 36 today. A great afternoon for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He scores 35.
That's right,
Christopher
sweetie.
Bell, 34. And Ross Chastain scores 32. So a number of the playoff drivers, they may have not gotten the win, but they did not hurt themselves when it comes to points.
No, Ryan Blaney definitely did not hurt himself, as you can hear in the background. Joey Logano
He is going crazy on that burnout. Look at that burnout go.
Today. So Joey Logano, a winner here
Burning that rubber.
Speedway, and that's our post-race burnout brought to you by Sunoco. From fueling your favorite NASCAR teams to filling up at the pump, Sunoco
big wreck
is
at
trusted
the
to
end.
help
That's
vehicles
right,
perform
CeeLo.
at their
Right,
peak.
CeeLo.
Sunoco, performance is what we do. Joey Logano burning it out along the front stretch here. Let's start hearing from some of the other drivers. Brett McMillan.
Christopher Bell out of the car, man, a 4th place finish. That was a workmanlike day for you to come home with a great day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
They're setting the fireworks off, guys.
Top 5 and probably our worst track on the schedule. So that was really good, and I'm proud of the effort.
No, they did not caution it. They let it run.
Bad qualifying and then really bad pit stall selection. So, yeah, there was a lot of adversity that we had to fight through, and that was a freaking blast. It was so much
awesome
fun,
race today, guys. Great stream, guys. You guys rocked it out of the park today.
Stevens, your crew chief, back on the box today.
It was nice to be back in
Larson, Hamlin, Bell, and Byron.
No more boys up there.
Yep.
Tell them no more
I
diving.
think Hamlin will be back next week, guys. This was an off week.
Yeah, no more diving boards.
That's Christopher Bell. Let's go over to Brad Gilly.
Alex Bowman spent
Yeah, I
most of the
forgot.
day in the top 5, and that's where he finishes 5th.
Who was it said that they had a bet on it?
For the number 48
Was it Pablo?
today,
Somebody said they had a bet on Larson.
How your Atlanta win,
Not
and are you
Larson.
or win?
Logano,
Are
I'm
you
sorry.
satisfied
Logano,
with
I'm sorry.
today?
Yeah, I mean,
Congrats to you on that bet. That was an awesome bet.
Really good points today, and a good day overall after the last month or so. But made a couple moves there. The third to last run that just cost us a lot of track position. We had to restart 13th there.
Hey guys, I've got the race next weekend.
Obviously got a lot of
Be sure
it
to
back.
drop on that, like it, turn on the bell notification when we come live so we'll be back here. I will have this mic fixed next weekend too, so I apologize about the mic issue today. Had it right here at the start of the stream.
Chevy.
Acting up on me.
It drove great all day. So a little bummed, but definitely a good day for us.
Strong day for
Right on, right on.
He finishes 5th here at Atlanta. Brett McMillan.
Well, Kyle Busch, he had a great day going, but kind of got shuffled
He
out
sucks
there
it.
towards
Yeah.
the end. Can you take
I've heard him talk about that some. Hamlin
No, we
races
needed to win.
so,
started pretty far off with the Global Industrial.
Kind of curious to have seen if this had been a different race. It had been at night, a little bit cooler on the track.
Definitely the second half of the race and that final.
Walmart sucks. Well, they cost a few laps there, didn't they?
With
Their sign.
mode, so we weren't really able to kind of stretch our legs there, and just played the way the cards were dealt, and we come home with a top 10. So certainly felt like we had a shot.
Yeah, these are free cams that I'm getting off NASCAR's website. I don't know why. I've just got the one cam running now.
Lost a little bit too much there on that second to last restart.
As Kyle Busch,
I think they kind of play around with
not what he was looking for.
3 straight races Kyle Busch has had a chance to win. And this team is certainly trending. After the Olympic break, I don't know what went on in Welcome, North Carolina during the Olympic break, but when they came out of the Olympic break, they came loaded for bear.
Austin Dillon's also been running better, too. I mean, he's 20th today, but he had a decent day here. Mark, I still look back at the next to last lap when Chastain lost contact with Suarez. That pretty much put the race in Joey Logano's hands. Let's go back downstairs to Brad Gilley.
Daniel Suarez, a nice kiss on the cheek from his newlywed bride. And Daniel, your last 3 races in Atlanta, second, first, and now third. You had a shot at the win at the end of this one. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, thank you guys for stopping in.
No, definitely not satisfied. I'm happy with it, but not satisfied. I lost my push on my teammates. You know, like we were doing a great job. I felt like we were going to have a pretty good shot at it. Ross did an amazing job giving me pushes. I don't know if he had a flat tire or something. And once I lost him, I knew it was going to be tough. But that's part of racing, right? I can thank everyone enough, Trackhouse, all the men and women back at the shop, here at the racetrack, Quaker State, for helping me design this amazing race car. It was nice. It was nice to run strong today. But when you're that close and obviously we have a legit shot, it's never too fun.
Here, I'll roll
Daniel
through
Suarez,
the
Quaker State Chevy comes home third here in the Quaker State 400. Brett McMillan?
Hi, I'm with Ryan Blaney looking at the damage on the left side of this car. And I tell you, at a race like Atlanta, you look at this kind of damage and think, this couldn't possibly be a second-place car today, but you made it back to second place. That says a lot about this team, doesn't it?
Yeah, they did a great job patching it up, it was definitely a huge effort by everybody. I didn't know how damaged we were. Honestly, I can't see it. I know we got kind of left side damage pretty hard, and I know I hit the right rear on the wall pretty hard. I can't believe, honestly, it ended up kind of being straight, or straightening out, as I should say. So, they did the best job they could fixing it.
66 laps.
Kind of get through the middle and get through traffic, and had a shot to win. And I was able to get
Chevy,
lined up with Joey
Toyota.
there and made sure he got out front. And
one Toyota made it up
really,
in there.
Really good day, fast car, and
Bowman today
just
is
a little bit short, but really can't be too upset with the effort.
Yeah, he came in fifth in the shed. Alex Bowman.
All right, thanks a lot there, Brett McMillan and Brad Gilley from down on the pit lane. Joey Logano, the winner. He'll be pulling into victory lane here shortly.
34th career win, Doug. He breaks a tie for 27th with Fireball Roberts. Now he moves into a tie for 25th with Martin Truex Jr. and Kurt Busch.
Today's Xfinity Mobile reliable performance goes to...
I want to say Alex Bowman. He scored the second most amount of points, 48. He's had a kind of a rough go heading into the playoffs. A lot of rumors about him. There's only one way to answer the rumors. Go out there and run up front all day. I thought Alex was really reliable in doing that this afternoon.
So
probably right, Lloyd.
Alex Bowman, just like Alex Bowman, Xfinity Mobile got you covered with a reliable nationwide network. Learn more at Xfinity.com.
I'd love to see Denny win.
We'll be going down here to victory lane here shortly at the Atlanta Motor Speedway after it all settles. Not a surprising winner. Joey Logano's really good at places like this, and he got some help from a teammate today.
Doug, looking at the replay, something happened to Chastain. We heard Suarez say may have gotten a flat tire, and he backed up the field, and Bubba Wallace had nowhere to go, had a run on Chastain. He bounced into the wall off Chastain, and then that kind of collected everybody else.
All right, the confetti is in full swing down in victory lane. I see Wendy Venturini inching her way over to Joey Logano, so let's go to our progressive victory lane.
Joey Logano, the winner here, said 2 important words as he crossed the finish line: next round. Congratulations, Joey. What is it about you and this team that can step up and making it to that round of 12?
Well, we didn't last year. I'll tell you one thing, it hurt a lot. But they just give me really fast cars on super speedways, and we always find ourselves towards the front of them. We just end up wrecking more times than not. So to be able to finally capitalize on a fast race car and win here in Atlanta again, I tell you, when I lived right over there on kind of 805 for a long time, waking up dreaming of just racing on this racetrack. And so pulling the victory lane here is always a special one, and has such a really good team here today. So awesome to get Auto Trader and a victory lane. At the JL Kids crew, kids are here today. I haven't seen them yet, but I know they're around. So really cool to finally win with them here.
How difficult was it for you to work through that pack? I covered your car on pit road all day long. It was front, back. What did it feel like from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just got stuck back there and couldn't figure out how to get myself back up there. And I finally picked the right lanes at the right time and moved myself forward. So
I agree with you there, CeeLo. This is not a good time to be slumping down.
The hours that you
Those
put in
points
at
are crucial.
Condo
You're going to get knocked
805,
out.
as you mentioned, on the quarter mile growing up.
Yeah, there's a lot of time. My dad, my family had so much fun. You park right over there, you unload, right? We'd be here every Wednesday and Thursday night, racing Legends cars and Bandoleros. And I remember we came down here for the first time when we were moving down from Connecticut.
See you 24.
We said, oh my God, look how awesome
Have
this
a great
place
week.
is. And,
Have a great week.
Just, you never dream, what was that, 20-something years ago? Almost 30 years ago, I shouldn't say that, but a long time ago, that dream and meeting Ken Reagan, David Reagan's dad, and getting a Bandolero and racing out there for the first time with duct tape number 10 on it to where we are today. Really, really cool.
Congratulations. Enjoy this victory with your team. Joey Logano, the winner here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Thanks a lot, Wendy. That's our Progressive Victory Lane, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay.
That's right. The whole TRD, somebody messed up on that one. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody may have actually lost their job or been fined for that, because that was a huge penalty to Denny at this part in the season. You know, if that was earlier in the season, maybe it was understandable, but how does something like that happen? Especially with a team like that, the Toyota team. I don't know. TJ, the worst part of Danny says that they're all part of racing, but one guy messed up, it cost the team as well. It's very true. I mean, just one little screw up on cutting off those markings on the engine, and I think he said it in his podcast. It was like red and blue, or the different colors, and a race win engine. NASCAR put stuff on it, and you can't modify it. So huge error. I can't believe somebody didn't. I don't know. That just seems really odd to me.
How they finished. Joey Logano, his second win of the year. He wins, he will advance to the next round of the playoffs. Daniel Suarez was second, Ryan Blaney third, fourth to Christopher Bell, Alex Bowman fifth, Tyler Reddick sixth, Kyle Busch seventh, eighth to Chase Elliott, William Byron ninth, Austin Cindric finished 10th.
Daniel Hemrick 11th, 12th was Justin Haley. Great runs for them today. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishes 13th, but folks, he deserved better than that. Ross Chastain 14th, 15th, Corey LaJoie. His teammate Carson Hocevar 16th. 17th was Ryan Preece. Ty Gibbs, who led this race late, got shuffled all the way back to 18th. 19th, Brad Keselowski. Austin Dillon 20th.
21st, J.J. Yaley. Michael McDowell 22nd. 23rd was Zane Smith. Denny Hamlin way back in 24th. What an awful day for Denny Hamlin. Started at the back of the pack and was never a factor. 25th was B.J. McLeod. Eric Jones was 26th. Todd Gilliland 27th. 28th, Josh Berry. Bubba Wallace 29th, crashed at the end. Cody Ware was 30th.
Then in 31st, it was Harrison Burton. Shane Van Gisbergen in 32nd, the last car on the lead lap. -4, John Hunter Nemechek, 33rd. The rest of these drivers were out. Noah Gregson was 34th, 35th. Martin Truex Jr. Chris Buescher fails to finish and winds up 36th. Kyle Larson involved in the first wreck of the day after something happened to his right front. He winds up 37th. He took Chase Briscoe with him, and Briscoe will get credit for 38th.
And we'll now walk you through the playoff standings here. The top 12 above the cut line and the 4 below them. We'll go 4 by 4 here. Joey Logano gets to the next round by virtue of his win here today. Ryan Blaney is 45 above the cut line. Christopher Bell is plus 40. Tyler Reddick is plus 33.
William Byron now ranked 5th. Plus 33. Alex Bowman 6th. He's plus 27. Austin Cindric also plus 27. Bowman getting the tiebreaker there. So again, Cindric in the 7th spot. Then in 8th, Chase Elliott. He is plus 24 to the cut line.
Hanging on to 9th, and he helped his cause today with a pretty solid run. Daniel Suarez is plus 22. Kyle Larson, believe it or not, only plus 15, Mark.
Number one in the rankings, all the way down to 10th in one race.
So it's not a lock. I mean, I felt like it was a mortal lock that Larson gets to the top 4. He's got to have 2 good races. Another stumble could be a problem here, as Kyle Larson is only plus 15. Denny Hamlin, it was like he wasn't here this weekend. They qualified at the back of the pack in 38, and Mark, whatever was troubling that race car continued throughout the day as Denny came home with a way below average finish, and now he is only good by 2 points. Ty Gibbs is at the cutoff line. He is in 12th, 0.
Now, Brad Keselowski is tied with Gibbs, but Gibbs gets the tiebreaker because he finishes ahead of Keselowski today. Also below the cut line in 14th, Harrison Burton is minus 15 points. Martin Truex Jr. is minus 18 in 15th. 16th, Chase Briscoe is minus 20 points.
2 of those don't surprise me a lot. I thought it was going to be a tall climb for Harrison Burton to get up there. He crashed at the very end of the race, probably lost a handful of spots there. And Chase Briscoe, by just 1 win getting in, he didn't have a great position. Martin Truex Jr. is in trouble, and so is Keselowski.
Yeah, again, you wanted to have something positive happen today. You don't want to go to Watkins Glen, and you really don't want to go to Bristol behind the 8 ball.
And the biggest story that comes out of this, I feel like, is Kyle Larson right now. He is 10th in the playoff points, 15 above the cut line, but he was number 1 when we arrived here at Atlanta.
You can't feel good about Denny Hamlin either.
No,
either
can't.
one of those guys stubbed their toe at Watkins Glen, and they got a mountain to climb when we get to Thunder Valley.
I mean, it probably means a must-win when you get to Bristol. Next week at Watkins Glen, as Mark said, the Motor Racing Network will have all the coverage from there, and in 2 weeks from now, we will be at Bristol Motor Speedway on Friday. We'll have
That's
Cup
the link
Series
in chat for next week, guys.
Eastern, followed by the Food City 300 Xfinity race, and on Saturday it's the Bristol night race. The Bass Pro Shops night race will come on the air at 6:30, and the racing will start at about 7:30. Our crew today was Wendy Venturini, Brad Gilley, and Brett McMillan on pit road.
I haven't heard them yet. We're going to stay here until they cut us off.
As always, led by Harold Hamrick, Bill Parrott, Tracy Rice. Great to have Tracy back here with us this weekend. Our director is Laura Beth Barnhart. PRN's general manager is Jerry Horn. He is ably assisted by Hank Lee, Barry Roach, David Stiles, Caleb Whistler, and Alexis Erickson. Our head of production is Kent Bernhardt. I'm Doug Rice, joined in the booth by Mark Garrow. Mark, I will say this, with my retirement now, 3 races to go, I will miss calling races here. This is a fun place to call a race. This is just a gas.
Well, we have 3 microphones, so...
I may come back and say hi, but I'm not going to come back and call races. That would be unfair.
You could be like America's crew chief, Larry.
That's right, guys. That's right, guys.
I just meant
Larry McReynolds.
Larry McReynolds, yeah. Who came in today. You do a spot and, head out.
By the way, thank you, Larry, for dropping by today. I'm sure he is cruising home right now up I-85. I hope the traffic's better for you. They've moved Atlanta further away from Concord, North Carolina. Because every year it takes longer to get here. So, I mean, that's the only plausible explanation.
Doug, again, the one thing that I take away from this weekend, and I know, folks, I'm going to sound like somebody that's getting paid to say this, but I'm not. The racing at this racetrack now, since they reconfigured it, you and I have done this a long time. I was on the air when Richard Petty won his 200. So I've been doing it a long time.
You have been.
Right? This is the craziest racing on a 1.5-mile racetrack I have ever seen in my life.
A lot of fun. Support the folks. Come back here in February when they drop the green flag again. It is a great show. It's even better in person. Thanks a lot for listening today.
All right, we'll be back. So I got to keep this on so you guys can hear me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So before we go, be sure to drop those likes on the next stream. Kenneth put in a smaller streamer. They got a giveaway going, so be sure to check them out. Go over to their channel, say KimbroNator Raid, like their stream, and subscribe, guys. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week. I got to fix my mic tonight. We got Monday Night Football tomorrow night, and my picks video. Be sure to check out our NFL picks video as well, coming out Tuesday. Thank you all for coming in here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Drop in the Golden Broom giveaway stream. I'm going to head over there for just a minute before I have to run get me a microphone. So, thank you, guys. We'll see y'all.